Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dat Ninja Dev, joined as always by Johnny, Eat the Hype Reese, and Delvin, the Toxic Crusader Cox. How are we tonight, gentlemen?
Donnie's doing terrible. I'm doing good. Problem
He is
solved, baby.
just like, he's locked in. Look at him. Didn't even change his name. He's still Delvin. He is focused. This is a man on a mission here.
I'm here.
Just so you don't get fined.
I know.
Are you like securing like the next N64? Like what is going on?
No, just following up on some things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that.
One of those
It never ends. Never ends.
Yeah.
So Donnie is following up on some things. Delvin, tell me about your week since you're doing good.
It's been a better week. It's been a better week. I've been playing a lot of since I got the PS5 Pro. I've been playing surprisingly the most pro-intensive game in Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh my god!
I got this brand new Pro. How do I test it out? Let me play some Star Wars Outlaws. It actually works now, so that's great. It's running really good.
So you can tell a difference because I worry about you sometimes.
Yes, I can tell the difference.
I'm not believing any word of that.
I can tell the difference.
No, you can't.
I can tell you why I can tell the difference.
You can't.
Yes, I can. I can tell you
What's
why I can
the difference?
Because I kept my old PlayStation. So, because the old PlayStation is at the old house.
I could cover them both up with boxes and be like, tell me which one's the Pro, and he'd have no
Is this
idea.
the Coke and Pepsi test?
He would 100%, like, if he got it right, it would only be by chance, and if we asked him 10 times, he'd split it 50 down the middle. Not even a little bit. Not believing this at all.
That doesn't sound accurate.
Oh, it sounds extremely accurate.
I don't think that's true, Donnie.
You don't even sound confident in yourself.
I bet my life on it.
That doesn't sound accurate at all. You might lose your life, Donnie. I don't want you
I'd
to do
bet
that.
my life on it. If I had to risk my life on a bet, that would be the one I would risk.
That's not the bet you want to risk your life on at all. I wouldn't even let you make that bet.
Guaranteed.
That would be a bet that
Guaranteed.
I would advise you not to do. I want you here.
Probably still has game mode turned on. He has no idea.
No, I have it on the what is it called? It's not called the fidelity mode.
My point. Okay.
It's called the.
You know what, just
it's essentially the pro mode. I forgot what it's called.
Just there it is.
So you have it on the pro mode, whatever the pro mode is supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it runs better. That's the only thing I care about. It runs better. I'm having a blast with the game now. Not that I wasn't having a blast with it before, but I think I've hit that stride where the game starts getting good, and I think that's the difference now.
Okay.
Like,
where are you at?
Earliest,
Which planet?
I just tattooing.
Okay, so you're a good way. Well, is tattoo? What order did you go to the planets in? Because you can go in any order. So this is your first planet, your second planet, your third planet.
All of the above. See, what happened was they when you small spoilers for Outlaws. None of you motherfuckers are gonna play it anyway. So this is me and Dan. So it doesn't matter. I gotta wait till it's $2. So fuck off.
I'm not listening. So
So when you get to after you get your robot friend, he tells you, hey, you can go to this easy planet or this hard planet. I went to the easy planet and I did that first quest. Then it was like, hey, you gotta do this other thing to get the thing that you want. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that right now. I'll go to the hard planet. Cause there was like some wanted missions and stuff on Tatooine. So I went there and did that whole quest and ended up in Jabba's palace, which was actually really cool. That whole thing where you do all that stuff was fun as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't get there yet, but I'm on Tatooine, but I haven't gotten too deep into it.
Yeah, I love that mission. That felt like that whole section right there felt like classic Star Wars stuff that I wanted. Like there's a little Easter. Once you get in, there's Easter eggs in the palace. There's certain fun things that you start to feel like, okay, this could have been a Han Solo game. I understand why they didn't make a Han Solo game, but this could have been a Han Solo game. You start seeing like characters betray you, the kind of the seedy underworld style. Like, okay, this is starting to feel fun now. I'm enjoying this. The only thing about it that I kind of make me like, not even question it, in terms of story-wise, is the fact that your character is supposed to be like a shady character, but she's really fucking gullible. Like she's super nice. Like how do you survive in this world if everybody's like crooked and a criminal, and you're like super nice, like, oh yeah, I'm a criminal, but I'm a good criminal. Like, I don't know if this works.
Yeah, she's not the most believable. Like, her supposed to kind of be this badass, like the kind of stuff that you have to do. She doesn't come off super believable as that, especially when you're dealing with all the shadiness. And she just seems like she's a good person and not just like this cutthroat mob boss that you basically would need to be dealing with all the individuals you're dealing with. So it doesn't always come off as super believable because they try to make her too likable, I think.
That's exactly what it is. She's a lovable rogue in a world with thieves and criminals who aren't lovable.
Yeah.
There's this guy that's like, hey, we want you to recruit this guy. I'm like, this guy's a dick. I don't like him. Get this cocksucker on my team. Fuck him. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Like the game clock says I'm 20 hours in.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. I like the whole. I wish there are certain things that I wish that it did to. Or Sean, you can fuck off. Can we ban?
Yeah, Sean, you're get out of here.
Out of here with that nonsense.
I love it. He just turned heel on all of y'all.
He did.
Like, he just came out to save the day and then dropped the leg. Like, just went full NWO on the whole community.
He did. He really did.
Did he?
Best heel turn of the year.
Well,
I mean, I expect any game that I like, I expect Sean not to like, so this tracks for me. There's no surprise. No surprise here.
The second best heel turn of the year. The first one happened last week.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
They dropped the leg.
Yeah.
That seems very appropriate too. But yeah, I like little aspects of it. I like the whole thing where you can find like specialists and they'll teach you certain things you can do, like how you can pick up heavy weapons, or you can do new moves, and like you can increase your fast target time. I like that aspect of it. I wish they would have added simpler things that seem more necessary to the game. Like the whole idea of you can find weapons, but you can't keep them is silly to me.
I mean, it's Uncharted. It's Uncharted all over again. Because think about it. When you get weapons in Uncharted, as soon as they run out, that's it.
Yeah, but you can holster them, though, can't you? If I remember correctly?
You can hold on to them, but if they run out of ammo and you don't find another gun with that ammo, you're done.
That I'm fine with. But the whole thing of like, if you jump on it like a rope and then the gun just drops, like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because I mean, the reality is they want you to use her blaster and upgrade her blaster and use it. Like, I don't even like. I found almost no use for any of the other weapons. Like,
well, the blaster's
no
cool.
point in picking these up.
The blaster has really cool elements into it. It has like its different functions and stuff like that. But I kind of like the other guns as well. I like the stormtrooper gun that's like a machine gun essentially. There's a couple other things that's really cool. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I think it's really good, really fun. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it when they get it for $15 on Black Friday.
Yeah. How are you? So you said that it is better on Pro. Like, what are you noticing about it on Pro that feels better?
It's smoother, a lot more smoother. I notice a lot less hiccups.
Were you playing before on quality mode?
Yeah. What mode were you playing before on?
I started playing on quality mode when I first started playing on the regular PS5, and it was really
frames?
choppy. Yeah, it was really. It was really choppy, And so I had to like change it to performance mode, which was better, but I did notice clipping when I did it in performance mode, like a lot of clipping. When I switched it over, when I got the Pro and playing the mode, I haven't really noticed that much clipping. I did have one weird thing happen when I first started playing it, where I was playing and I got to some grass, like a grass area, and it was like my character got this weird fuzz around it.
PSSR, it's upscaling.
Yeah, and it happened. It did that for that whole playthrough until I like restarted the game.
That's the pisser. Trying to figure out the foliage. Does that a lot, especially with like waving blades of grass and stuff that can happen.
Yeah, but it was like,
the only thing you should really notice is from performance mode to the PS4 Pro is visual clarity.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Just playing at 60, it's just going to be at 4K, so it should just look.
It looked better.
Clearer, sharper.
It definitely looks clearer and sharper. It's smoother.
Unless it just ran like shit in the performance mode. I don't know. I didn't play the game.
It ran
on the base PS5.
It ran better.
Ran like shit.
The fidelity mode ran terrible.
That's 30. It's not that it ran 30. It's not that it ran terrible. It's that it ran at 30.
No, it didn't feel like 30. It dipped.
Dev,
if I noticed,
I haven't looked into any of this.
I mean, I don't mess around with these.
PS5?
I don't know. I don't mess around with these console peasants. Play that shit on PC.
Good point. Good, fair.
Yeah.
Good man.
But yeah,
good man. Like you should have.
If it ain't a PlayStation game, I'm not playing it on PlayStation.
Star Wars Outlaws performance quality mode. PS5.
Yes. Dev's a PC snob, so he's not trying that.
I sure in the hell am. Like, if I can play it on PC, that's where I'm playing it. I will not, unless it is a PS5 exclusive, it's being played on my PC. Just no.
But yeah, it plays better. I'm enjoying my time with it. It's a fun game.
It is a fun game.
It's real fun. I don't think it's like game of the year material or nothing like that.
No, not
but
at all.
In a time where I just need something to play and get through the story and enjoy my time with it, it's hitting all those switches right now.
So what made you decide to play that instead of continuing with Dragon Age?
I was playing Dragon Age. I was liking Dragon Age a lot, but I know Dragon Age is going to be like 100 hours.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was when I got the Pro, I tried I want to say 5 games, just to see how they look. Tried Dragon Age. Dragon Age looks amazing, but I thought it looked amazing before. So that one, Donnie, I didn't notice the difference too much.
I'm looking, and it says that it looks like it's locked 30 on PS5 on quality mode, except for when cutscenes for whatever reason change perspectives, like when they cut to a different character, there's a hitch or explosions. Apparently, explosions will dip the frames a little.
Yeah,
that sounds about right for consoles.
Yeah. So I played Dragon Age. I played The Last of Us 1 to look how it looked, and it looks amazing. It looks really good. I tried The Last of Us 2.
One?
Sean is hurt.
Yeah.
This game has hurt him. He's out for blood, man.
This guy's a monster. I was going to play Call of Duty, but I realized I didn't download it to my PS5 Pro. So I said, all right, this is going to take like 8 months. So I didn't play that one.
You can pick and choose what you download.
Yeah, I did. I picked that one. And I said, no, not to wait on this. And it was because I
have to download the whole thing. It's not that big.
See, Donnie, I don't know if you know this. I'm an idiot.
I'm stupid. Yeah, I knew.
Which is why you're like, I can tell the difference. I'm like, that's just your wallet.
I can tell the difference. That doesn't make me not like. That doesn't make me
your brain going, this purchase was worth it. No, you can tell.
Not really.
You can tell.
See, what I meant by that was
it's totally worth $700.
I get the PS5 Pro, right? You would think, let me just download all the games that are PS5 Pro compatible. Nah. I'm like, fuck that. Let me make sure I got my Transformers on here.
Oh my God. Transformers?
Yeah. I downloaded. I just started downloading a bunch of my regular games, like, oh shit, I should play some pro-enabled games.
You know, you could have just taken the hard drive out of the old PS5 and put it in the Pro and just had all your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no. What happened was the old PS5 at the other house. It's there now. It's above me now. It's over there. I want to play PS5. I want to go back and get it. It's just going to be over there.
What?
Wow. So you're just I just got PS5s everywhere. Wherever I go, there's a PS5. I'm good either way.
This is how this man lives his life.
This was Delvin out. This was
Bowling.
This was Delvin out there. Delvin was like, "Hey, you're always over here, and you're always taking the PS5 over here when you hang out with us. Why don't you just leave
PS5
one here?"
is gone. He's like, just leave it here.
Well, he has one.
So they're just there by themselves.
Yeah,
No,
now
they didn't come with you to the house.
Now he has one to pause.
They have two houses now. They have the one they stay with their mother, and they have mine.
That's right.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
this is good. This is good all around. But
doesn't he
have a PS5? Don't both of your kids have their own PS5s?
They do.
So there's 3 PS5s in that house.
Yes.
Jesus.
Not one of them is a classic edition.
Yeah. They're great.
Not one.
That was sold out, Donnie. We couldn't get it.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
That shit was
Did they make like 8 of them? Like what?
They must have. They when they said limited edition, they meant that.
Just like the disc drive.
Yeah.
They made 8 disc drives. All 8 are gone.
You've got 4 PlayStation 5s.
You check the foundation? Any
what,
cracks or anything? Yeah, got underneath it.
Yeah, pretty much. This house is good.
We'll see.
Like the nurse said, Devil is 8% of PS5 sales in Miami.
Clearly.
That might be accurate. That might be very accurate. My son said to me, he walked, because he's here now.
Mm-hmm.
He walked past, he was in the living room looking at the PS5 Pro. He was like, he's like, you're such a Sony fanboy. because in the living room it's like a PlayStation museum. It's the PS5
it's a shrine.
Pro.
It's a shrine dedicated to PlayStation.
Yes, it's the PSVR 2. And it's
calls himself a co-host of Shaq.
Yeah. I didn't call myself that. Y'all called me that.
No, you called yourself that.
I got the degree. I was like, all right, I guess you're right.
Taking applications for anyone who's listening. You'd like to join the internet's best Nintendo podcast? We have a spot opening. Gotta get this man back to his home.
He said, I'm here now. I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't got no choice. The people want me. People need me.
You still got that PSVR 2? Like you haven't been able to just dump that off somewhere?
Just dump it in a river.
You know, the Delaware is always accepting electronics.
Like a character from the Penguin series, just gonna dump them off in the lake. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if y'all heard this on y'all news, but they found like a head in Key Biscayne.
They found a head what?
In Key Biscayne down here.
Key Biscayne?
Yeah, that's part of Miami.
The fuck is Key Biscayne?
That's where all the white people go to party at down here.
Like
they just found a random head there.
Right?
It's not too far from there.
What's random about it?
Random head.
Murderers and killers.
I took that in stride.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't sound
that's Miami.
random.
Have you read Florida news?
Yeah. I mean, right. That just sounds like par for the course.
I imagine that's going to be in Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'm sure. It's inspired by Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'm sure they've already done that. Today, Fox 13 Tampa Bay, Florida man convicted of shooting ATF agents while speeding more than 130 miles per hour on the I-4.
Hey.
Delvin, that's today. That happened today.
Hey.
Did you even know that?
No, I didn't. That's another one.
You know why? You know why? Because it's not news in Florida.
It
just
is.
Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
so you're like, they found a head. We were like, uh-huh. And where's the Florida part? That wasn't even a good Florida story.
They just found a head leg in the river.
I just assume that's Tuesday.
Florida man survives second shark attack in 11 days. That's 3 days ago.
Man,
this man got bit twice. He got bit once, went back to the beach.
And I guarantee He deserved it both times.
I know other countries see Florida man and think this Florida man guy is something else.
Well,
how do they keep letting him get away with it?
Pretty soon it's going to be all the United States. So you're welcome.
I don't know about all. A lot of the middle,
90% of it.
Definitely Florida is going to out Florida itself.
We're going to get more Florida.
Yeah, Florida is going to start spreading like a virus.
The year of Florida. It already has. What are you talking about? Start.
Yeah,
start. Where have you been?
Yeah. We're already there.
We made fun of it during COVID, and then we all just became Florida.
Yeah.
Not us.
California's fighting. They're fighting hard.
We're fighting it. Yeah.
We got the avocado barrier right there at the wall.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck you guys. Gas costs $9 here. Okay. And you're in my personal bubble. And I'm offended. Like they're holding the line.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, when
the rest of the country's gone full Florida.
We're seceding from the union out here. Like real talk. Gavin is gonna be like, fuck y'all. We're not giving you shit. He's crazy.
Look,
he's a psychopath. He's crazy. He's gonna be like, oh, you want to defund the Department of Education? No problem. Our economy here is gonna keep this. Figure out what to do with the rest of the country.
All I gotta say is, I seen some of them pics, and I'm like, whoa.
What pics? What are you talking about?
The appointments, not the pics. The appointments.
Okay, I was like, what pics?
Yeah, like
some of the people he picked, like, ugh. Can we make a trade?
Oh no, this is what we voted for.
Yeah, this is exactly what they voted for. So again, you get it. I hope they get everything they asked for.
Here we go.
Enjoy. This is what you wanted. Enjoy it.
I'm pulling up a chair. I just need this world to stay on so I can get my analog 3D. I need to play it for 1 weekend, and then everything can go to fucking shit. The world can light on fire, and we can all go.
Donnie, the world's on fire. Well,
I'm playing N64, so whatever.
Diddy Kong ain't gonna play itself. So,
that whole Matrix thing don't seem so bad anymore. Maybe I can just jack myself into the Matrix and
that's where we're headed.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what Elon's trying to do. You're not listening.
I don't want to go to his Matrix. That shit sounds.
Guess whose Matrix you're gonna be going to?
Right.
Does Mark Cuban or somebody else have a Matrix I want to go to?
Who?
Mark Cuban might just be like Mavericks games. I gotta watch those for the rest of my life.
He don't even own the Mavericks no more. He sold his majority shares.
God damn it!
Every time.
Didn't he sell it?
God, how do you not know this stuff?
I don't even care what these owners.
Didn't he sell it to like the Chinese or something, like a Chinese venture group?
That's what he sold.
I don't even know who he sold.
Yeah, he didn't even sell it to like anybody in America. Like, yeah,
goddamn,
he sold it like some foreign investment mega corpo.
You did it again. You're taking all my games. Now you're taking my basketballs.
His only requirement was that he said that he has to remain the principal in charge until he dies, and then they can have it.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah.
He sold it to the Adelson family.
Who is that?
The podcast I was telling you said that the group that they're backed by is like some, I don't know, it's Chinese or Japanese, but some Asian, venture capitalist group backed them to buy it.
Yeah,
but like that's how like all the teams buy now. There's like they have like a face, but then there's like 30 businesses behind them that all just like use it as like not like a money front, but they all use it as like an investment stash.
You're right.
They're not interested in basketball like at all. Like what they're interested in is dividends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at it right now.
It's some families who basically run casino stuff.
That's what it is. I'll just read it right now.
Betting. That might be a part of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is not interesting. She's a widow of a casino.
Betting's gonna ruin sports.
Yeah.
What do you mean gonna? It already has.
Right.
It already has.
It's killing my podcast. Almost every sports podcast I've listened to for years have all turned into, did we cover the overs? What's the best bet? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
What about the game? Talk about what happened.
the fans being upset about players not covering a spread or an over or a parlay. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's really turned me off. Like it's just been on a decline for a while now. It's getting worse.
Since y'all mentioned it, are y'all gonna watch the fight this Friday?
No.
What fight?
Logan, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, that one's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I might watch that because I would love to see Tyson murder him. Just because.
I would love to too, but if he does, we'll see a clip of it. The last time I turned in for a Tyson fight, it was very boring.
Yeah, it was the Roy Jones one, right?
Yeah.
I watched that one.
So I'm not doing
that was more like a it was intentional. It was more like a sparring match.
Yeah, it was an exhibition. It wasn't anything. But I feel like Mike Tyson might actually want to kill Jake Paul.
That'd be great.
So. I'm watching it. I'm watching it.
I'm a huge Tyson got one fan. More in him. That'd be great.
That's all we need.
I'll watch the highlights.
I'm watching that one because it's on Netflix, so I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it live or anything. Eventually, I'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it live because Friday fight, Saturday is Delvin Jr.'s birthday. Sunday.
Happy birthday, Delvin Jr.
Yeah, Sunday's the day of rest.
Yeah,
get on some Shaq, make a bunch of people mad, and then relax.
I'm the one making people mad.
That's
not
really
making anybody mad. People say they're mad, but they're not really. You just make Rebecca mad.
That might be true.
Yeah, people love you.
That might be my role.
Yeah,
you do like Rebecca to poke the bear, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
You're like the only one who
me for it.
I believe she does because you're the only one who's not afraid to give her shit. You're not scared of her. Delvin is cowering in fear every time.
It's just like Bugs Bunny when he saw Lolo the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Yeah. No, I'm just scared of all white women now. I see the power they have. Y'all leave me the fuck alone. I like my rights.
What rights?
Yeah, the ones I have left.
All right, so Delvin's got multiple PlayStations. He believes he can see a difference in the Pro. We don't believe you. We don't believe you at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even.
Yeah. Donnie's convinced me to trade in my Xbox.
I don't know why you still have it.
And get the baby one.
Why?
Because I want to play Indiana Jones and the other Xbox exclusive games that's not going to be exclusive in 6 months. I love Indiana Jones, so yes.
You can wait. You can wait. Because here's the thing. You got rid of your Game Pass. So just wait. Just wait. Buy it on PlayStation. That's where you want to play it anyway.
But I really like Indiana Jones. Not going to lie. Indiana Jones is like one of my favorite franchises. I have a giant.
Why would you get rid of it?
Then keep your Xbox until it comes out. No, keep the Xbox. Sub to Game Pass for 1 month or 3 months or however the hell you can do it. Play Indiana Jones, then sell the Xbox, and then when it comes to PlayStation, you can buy it again where you really want it. Let's be smart about this, all right?
Maybe.
We don't just have to, be dumb and sell the Xbox, then buy an S. Don't do that. You already have an Xbox.
The market value for the Xbox right now is high.
Is it?
I looked on GameStop.
Is it?
They're giving extra credit for it. So it's like $350.
That's what they're selling them used. PlayStation or Microsoft selling them refurbished for $350 at the moment.
Yeah, it's like $350 at GameStop right now. That's what they give you.
I'd take it.
Yeah, I'm like, and I saw the whole thing where you can get a Series S for like $180. Oh, I can do that.
Nice.
I'd just wait. Just wait it out. You'll be all right.
Okay.
Just wait it out. Just wait it out. Get your little 1 month of Game Pass. Play your Indiana Jones, and then move on. And then it's time to get rid of the Xbox. Let's move on.
You think the Indiana Jones games gonna have short round?
No, absolutely not.
They will
but
never
I wish
have short round.
I'm here for short round.
I love short round, but I know he's never gonna show back up again in any form of media.
No, not at all. Yeah, he was the man. I'm like, where's short round? Why isn't he getting more of these movies? What happened here?
Like, just one whole Indiana Jones movie. He just had a little Asian kid with him, and they're like, nah, we're not doing that again.
He's just
ridiculous. Gone. What are you doing short round?
I know. Where'd he go? I don't understand.
Lost a whole ass kid.
Oh man, Dr. Jones. Oh man, that movie's great. I love Temple of Doom.
He's like he's in an action movie coming up soon.
I did not.
It looks dope as shit. I can't remember the name of it. I saw the trailer for it when I went and watched that terrible Venom movie.
I mean, he's like made a comeback. Like he stopped acting for the longest, and after I think it was what was that movie with Michelle?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Mm-hmm. After that, he just kind of has been in stuff. Like I loved him in Loki. He was awesome in Loki.
Great Loki.
So good to see him making a comeback.
Yeah, I'm stalling because I know Johnny's busy.
No, I'm not doing anything.
I saw you typing and stuff. Thought you like.
I'm trying to delete my Facebook account.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, deleting the Facebook account. He said, "I'm done with this shit."
This is 100% Donnie's style, though. Everybody deleting their Twitter. Donnie's like, "Nah, I'm deleting my Facebook now."
Well, he deleted his Twitter already, though.
I know. He said, "I already did that." So you guys are late. So now I'm deleting my.
I've already nuked my Twitter. Now I'm nuking the Facebook. I was
trying to figure it out while I was listening to you guys, but I can't figure it out at the moment. So I have to wait until afterwards, I guess.
But then you can't harass, family members and things.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I got to get off because I'm gonna end up causing some problems.
Yeah, he's gonna end up getting in actual trouble. Like people are gonna be like calling his wife, like, "Please tell this man to leave us alone." When it gets to that point, maybe time to delete it.
You just learn too much about people, that you think you like or love. It's it's going to cause some problems.
That's my whole Facebook history. Like that's why I don't be on Facebook.
And also, like, more so than that, like I'm not getting a whole lot from it anymore. Like I got on it as I want to get off X, right? Because I hated everything that was going on with that. And then but then I know I have Threads, and I'm doing Threads and Reddit and stuff now, so I'm not really even using it anymore. Yeah. And I just realized it just became like a tool for that, to like see what other people are doing. And it's also like, at least for my folks, and my network of friends and stuff, it's like all that they do on that app. It's like LinkedIn for politics. It's like all they're really doing is that.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I gotta get off of this.
What I realized being on Facebook is,
but I'm not telling other people to do it. I don't care if they do it. Like I'm that's fine. I realized today I was like, I'm not getting any value out of this. This isn't additive at all. So let's turn it off.
I'm like, I realize I just don't like a lot of these people I know. You guys are like terrible people. And it's not even like the whole election stuff. Like in general, like you guys are you losers. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about your fucking breakfast menus, your loser ass life.
That's why I got off Facebook like 10 years ago. Maybe probably more than that.
I did the same thing. I was off forever. Yeah. Like I literally was off. Like I got off in like 2009. Yeah, I was off for like a decade, and I was like, I'll come back and see what it's like. And then
I was never even really on Facebook. I was only there because my wife made me do it. She's like, "Well, this is where I'm going to post the kids. I'm not sending you pictures. Get on Facebook. Get on Instagram." I literally only have those accounts because she asked me to. I don't use them at all.
Yeah,
I use Twitter as a newspaper, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to the point of using Twitter as now. Like,
it's literally just,
and it's not even a good newspaper anymore.
Mine still is pretty good. I get the news that I want. I don't see a lot of the craziness that a lot of people see. I don't know how that happens, but I literally see video game news, black shit, and then I only see like the right, like Republican stuff if somebody's retweeting it to talk shit about it or call it out. But I don't see a lot of the other stuff that people are seeing. Thank God.
I get all that shit. I get all the nonsense.
That's because you follow like 40 bajillion people.
But I get it people I don't even know. Like, who the fuck is this person? I don't even follow them. No one I know tweeted them, and they're like, "Yeah, here's this shit. I don't like black people." Like, why the fuck am I getting this? Well, I don't like you either, motherfucker. Get off my line.
Next caller.
Yeah, next caller.
Yeah, so if I ever leave Twitter, that's the end of social media for me. I don't need that interaction at all. So.
I just reminded myself of something. There was this thing I saw on Twitter, right? It was an interview of The Rock.
Oh, you know what this is going to do? This is going to delete the PSVG page on Facebook.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, well.
Do we use that? I've never used it or seen it, so
we don't use it.
That's fine.
I have a bunch of bots set up to like post our stuff there.
Uh,
But we don't use it now.
I was gonna say, what's the engagement? Do we care?
Yeah. We don't care. Like if there is engagement, we don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, The Rock's like he's doing this interview, right? And he's just talking about how amazing Oppenheimer was. And he saw like he went to what's the guy's name who made Oppenheimer?
You know, I don't know.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he like I went to Christopher Nolan's house. I sat in this chair to watch Oppenheimer, and I was inspired because I saw it in 4K and I saw it in all its glory to make the red one. I'm like, what?
What?
see, that's the reaction. Like, what are you talking about, Rock? Shut the fuck up. I don't know. You know what the red one is?
Yes.
The movie about fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm confused. How did that?
I don't know how that correlated with each other, but he was so inspired by Oppenheimer. He told the studio executive that he had to make the red one in the same format that Oppenheimer is in. I'm like, this is a fucking movie about Santa Claus. Shut the fuck up, Rock. This is not Oppenheimer. It's not that deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of that's that LeBron James level of cap.
Mm-hmm,
like
for
you
real.
know, when LeBron be saying shit, like LeBron, you lying.
Like, when he's reading the same book for like the entire season and hasn't gotten paid past like page 3.
Yeah,
and like every time you see him, it's the same damn page.
When he like executive produced 2 Chainz album.
You can't leave her, Donnie. You can't leave your wife all alone.
Yeah, you can.
She can leave too. She can come with me.
But she won't.
We're gonna have to. Wait till I tell her we're not going to Thanksgiving. Like,
oh, lovely.
Hope she ain't find out on this podcast.
Ooh.
That's awful.
I think she just found out right now.
I don't know if I got it in me. If I do, I'm smoking.
I wouldn't be going. I couldn't do it. Nope. Yeah. No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, I guess she did.
Oh, she just found out right now. Wait a minute now.
Whoa.
Sorry, Mel.
Donnie, what if 1 year I was going to say that. This might not be a good idea depending on the year it is. I was going to say, you come down here, bring your family down here for Thanksgiving. You and Dev come down.
I was just thinking, like, I need to just come up. I'll just like lie to them and be like, I'm going to my family for Thanksgiving. I've never done it. It's an easy excuse, right? Yeah. We don't have to go to my family at all. We just go somewhere else. We don't go anywhere. I don't even have to go anywhere. Just be like, yeah, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna go see my brother. They're like,
your
really?
brother Delvin.
Like, yeah. There you go.
If Donnie comes down here, I'll make a big Thanksgiving dinner. Both of y'all come, I'll make a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I'm like, why do I always have to go to their house? Like, that's all I've done.
I'll hook it up
for 15 years is go to their house.
Y'all can get on the arcade.
It's like I go to their house and they come to my house. Like, man, you know what?
Do a little something different.
We need to add some spacing in here.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to add some spacing.
Damn, Mel.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Dev.
I'm saying he's got family right here.
You find family, right? That's how you're born with. You find family.
Exactly.
Story of my whole life.
You know what? We're always going to go visit Rob 3000. Let's go.
I've always like collected like little groups of, I want to say misfits, but like just kind of like bands of kids. Yeah. Like wherever I've gone, every high school, every middle school, everywhere I went, I've always kind of collected like little pods of people.
Yeah. And now you collect good looking black people.
This is what I do.
Good job, Donnie. Well, 1.5.
Yeah.
See, I'm in a good mood.
I mean, shit, we got to laugh and not cry. So,
yeah.
Keep it positive.
Not cry later.
Mm-hmm. I've been boring. I've played nothing. I've played Horizon Zero Dawn and Tomb Raider. So, I've got nothing to say. What patch?
Horizon.
You got a patch?
Yeah. You talking about the upgrade?
Yeah.
That's not a patch. That's a whole new game.
Oh, come on. It's a patch.
It's a whole new download. Because I couldn't just patch the version that I already had.
They could have.
They could have, but they didn't.
If they just put the file in that directory, you totally could have.
So
they didn't because they want to make you feel like it's better than that, but it's not.
It definitely does not look this. It looks like a brand new game. It looks completely different than the original one did, even on PC. I initially had the Epic version, and that kept crashing because fucking Epic. So I got rid of that and downloaded the Steam version. The Steam version just runs a lot better.
Okay.
There you go.
Ridiculous.
Why can't Gabe be like the one buying everybody off? Like,
I know, right?
Like, why not Gabe?
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great.
We vote for Gabe?
I would.
I would too.
But yeah, it plays and it runs nice, and it's Horizon Zero Dawn. It made me realize how much I really did. Like the beginning of that game, those people are fucking assholes. God damn. Like the tribes and everything. I'm just like, you mother Jesus. Just straight up assholes. So, but the game plays and runs really nice. It runs great on my system. I have everything turned all the way up. It's beautiful. Tomb Raider is still a lot of fun, but that's really all I've been playing. That's like my comfort food. Shooting people in the head with bows and arrows. That is my comfort food. So that's all I've been doing on the gaming front. I finally watched Deadpool and Wolverine. It was all right. It was basically just one big ass Easter egg, but the movie was okay. I wouldn't say I loved it. It was all right. But other than that, I ain't been doing nothing but work. Work has been kicking my ass, and I'm tired. That's really all I've been doing this week. Donnie, how about you? How's your week been? Have you been playing anything fun? Anything?
Yeah, it's been okay. This has been a lot of work. I got home like just a couple hours ago, so long day yesterday. I'm just running out of time to do things.
Yeah,
I was bitching to my supervisor today about it. And they were like, I need you. It was funny. She was like, I need you to start delegating. I'm like, these aren't things that can be delegated. It's like my uppers, they have a really hard time understanding that like some things other people just can't do. It's not like I can't, and I don't have the time to stop and teach them to do it because I don't have the time.
right.
Like I don't have the time to do it. You're asking me to tell somebody else to do it, but they can't do it.
Then you have to show them,
Yeah. It's okay. It's just busy. It's a busy time of year. It always is this time of year, but with college football and everything on top of it, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
So, I have played some games, not a whole lot. Like I said, I haven't been playing a whole lot of things anyway, and the stuff I've been playing like isn't all that important. Beat Shadows of the Dam. It's great. I loved it. It was very funny. I opened YouTube. I didn't watch it, but there was like a clip of Digital Foundry, like their podcast, and the headline that was like on the clip was like Shadows of the Dam remastered, like worst port ever or something like that, like something like that.
I
and I was like, wow, that's crazy because I had a great time with it. I don't know what they're talking about.
Have they played the Blade Runner port?
I said I didn't like. I'm not throwing that out there as like I'm not even saying they're right or wrong. I'm sure they have some reason for saying it. Like
as
I like
a person who's played terrible
they're
ports,
good at doing it.
I'm quite sure there's worse.
But I played on. I'm like I said, I played on Switch and I really liked it. I don't think I said it on Shack, but it has gyro.
And I think you did mention that.
It's really cool. Like it plays like Resident Evil 4 or something like that in a way, and I'm really enjoying it. It's almost like if you played it with a Wiimote. It's pretty cool. But I finished that, and it's not too long. And I'm playing No Man's Sky, and I continue to zip around and follow these waypoints until I find wherever it is I need to go to get the fishing rod. So I'm still playing in search of my fishing rod wherever it is. And then I played N64 last weekend. That was the best day. That was like the best day of the week because I just sat down with my N64 and I played Diddy Kong Racing, and I played a bunch of stuff. I played Smash Remix. I can't remember. I was posting a bunch of photos in the Discord, and I was just playing 64 and having a good old time until my wife walked in and was like, "Let's watch TV and stuff," and I had to turn it off.
Killed the fun.
Yeah.
That's how I be.
As they do. I finished Rings of Power. That was excellent. Now that Halloween is over, I can get back to watching other things, and it was fantastic.
Okay.
Rings of Power season 2 is great. Great Lord of the Rings
stuff. I still gotta watch season 1.
Yeah, same. I forgot it was a thing.
Season 2 is so much better. So if you watch season 1 and you're like, this was kind of mid, just know it gets a lot better. And And I watched that Game Changer show that Josh and Kevin were talking about in the Discord. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's on Max. It's like a video game documentary series. You guys remember the show like High Score on Netflix?
I do.
Yeah, it's that. It's like the same thing. Like it almost feels like they shot the same way. The first episode is about Nintendo, and it was kind of a bummer because I had seen this story. Like at this point I've seen like 8 documentaries telling the same story about Nintendo and the Hanafuda and the Love Hotels and the NES and what it meant to Atari and It looks like they all tell the same story. And I hate that all these documentaries, the story ends at the Super Nintendo. Like there's so much Nintendo to talk about after the Super Nintendo, but nobody cares
about that shit.
Nobody cares. There's no documentaries for that. There's but 1,000 documentaries to tell you about the Sega Genesis versus
that was
the
fun times. That's the good stuff.
God, we get
N64, GameCube.
We were just
that shit out of here.
A dead horse over and over again. I would love a really good documentary about the N64 era.
I hope it never happens.
In my mind, that would be the best, like the best story. Way beyond, has nothing to do with my love for the N64 really at all. Has everything to do with where the industry was at that time, where you had PlayStation and Nintendo gonna pair up to do a console together, and then Nintendo to pull the rug out from under them, and then PlayStation do their own thing, and they've become the whole other giant, a rival. Like the story there is so much more dramatic than the Genesis versus Super Nintendo. It's like, well, these 2 consoles came out, and one had Mario, one had Sonic, and then this other one failed miserably and went away, and this other one stayed around and became very like prosperous. I would love that Sony versus Nintendo skew on things, especially if they could get like interviews and backstories on how that was going, and you could even sprinkle in like some Saturn shit on top of it. You know, like there's a lot there to cover that nobody ever covers. There. The CDs, the physical media versus the cartridge, the license, there's a shit ton there, and they all just gloss over it. Like we do 45 minutes of the NES and Super Nintendo, and they're like, and then the 64 happened, and it was great. It's like, God,
there's so much.
You want to know about the foundation, how it started. Nobody cares about how it kept going.
It's over. We've done it.
Much, I would like a kind of a full documentary on it, just that whole era.
That era, that moment. Like, that moment was huge.
If you talk to people who don't know, they only think that like Super Nintendo and Genesis only came out. They don't realize there was like a whole bunch of other systems in between, like the Jaguar, the 3DO,
and the Nintendo
Sega 32X.
The Nintendo PlayStation split, the CD cartridge thing, the rise of like that set the industry on a whole completely different path.
Yeah.
They were talking about Square Enix. You remember Final Fantasy was shown on the 64. It was marketed as coming to the Nintendo, the 64, until PlayStation was like
Fantasy?
7. He's right.
like the one everybody loves. There's like a whole alternate universe where Nintendo and PlayStation are everybody's fucking favorite. Like, and they're together, you know, and like, to me, that's such a more fascinating story that I would love to have a better peek behind the scenes. Besides like what we've seen in like gaming magazines over the years. I'd love to know more about that. Oh yeah, Lord Snert says Rumble packs. Oh God, the 64 alone is like, you're talking about the DD and the fucking the Rumble packs,
the dumbest shit ever.
All
Rumble
kinds
packs,
of little add-ons and attachments
out of here.
And it's so funny because the PlayStation
fucking Tamagotchi and the damn Dreamcast.
The PlayStation. Oh yeah, there's the Dreamcast stuff you can get in there too. The PlayStation 1 had like a lot of benefits, right? With the music and the CD, and you could add in a lot of stuff on the layers. But especially early on, like the games weren't very good, and they thought that they were like superior. Like, and look, this story has been told over and over and over again. But they're like, we have superior tech. We're gonna win. We're better than that, right? And then like the 64 gets delayed, and it's late, and everybody's like, where's the 64? And they're like, it's over. Sony's already launched. They're cheaper. They're better. And then what happens? Mario 64 happens and fucking changes the whole thing. It's like, for all of that power, yes, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
We just lived in 2 different places because
they redefined what 3D gaming was. There was no 3D game like that until that.
nobody. So again,
Jumping
two
flashbacks
different
is
areas.
All of these 3D games that you love, your Horizons, they all owe it to that game.
Nobody
Jumping
cared about
Flash.
Mario 64. We didn't.
Oh
we
my
didn't
God.
care.
Okay.
Nobody
Legend.
cared.
Okay.
Nobody
Well,
cared.
all of your favorite games, you owe it to that because they did it first.
Nah.
Yeah. The camera,
Logan,
the free space,
Siphon
the
Filter.
movement, it all comes to that. Oh,
Gabe Logan and Siphon Filter,
get
baby.
the fuck out of here.
It's 3D. It's 3D.
I like Siphon Filter, but
saying.
that is fucking gross
Battle
thing to say.
Arena Toshinji.
Battle Arena Toshinji, absolutely.
Let's go, baby.
Tenchu? Let's
Anyway.
go.
Anyway, the first episode was good. If you've never heard the story, you'll love it. It's great. But for somebody that's heard the story and like watch documentaries tell the story at least 6 or 7 times over, I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. But the second episode is on Madden. And it's so much deeper than I ever expected it to be. They dive all the way into the guy that started EA and how he started with a board game 20 years before EA and was trying to do shit on all these other DOS things. And like they go all the way through it. Yep. How they pitched to John Madden on a train because dude didn't like to fly, so they sat on a train.
He didn't fly with the Madden bus.
And they told him all about Madden. And then like they showed him the first iteration of Madden. And he was like, this is awful.
He's
like,
it's not football.
And
it's not 11
the whole
11
thing all over again. Like that was really good. So I'm gonna keep watching.
I've heard that story a lot.
Well, then maybe you won't like the Madden series.
Like I've read and I've heard that story. Like the whole.
That's how
Madden
I felt about the Nintendo episode. It's like, and I think it's just because I have an affinity for Nintendo, so I've sought those stories out. But
I have not heard that story, so I'm interested.
And I would like. There's a lot of like the Xbox documentary. I thought was really good at showing like the full path of Xbox, like from the beginning all the way through. I would like something like that for Nintendo, because it all, like I said, everything just focused on the NES, Super Nintendo, and it's like there's a story to tell about the N64. I think there's a story to tell about the GameCube, but maybe not all that important. But there's definitely a story to be told about the Wii and the DS and the Wii U and the Switch. You know, like they all have like their own little stories that you could tell and their own little sagas and backdoor innuendo stuff that I would love to hear people, you know, wax on about it. And I think it's just a matter of time. You know, like the people making those documentaries are old, like you guys, and that's their time. And I just have to wait for people my time to get old to make documentaries about their time. And I think that's how this thing goes. Well, so
probably
give it 10 years or so.
Maybe. Hopefully it never happens. Because fucking 64.
Wow.
Hate that goddamn console. Hate it.
It's unnecessary. Nobody asked.
I want more.
Nobody asked. Nobody needed to hear it. Nobody asked.
Just got to throw it out there. Sometimes you got to throw it out there and see what sticks. Yes, I do. I do. I do it for me. I do it for me.
I'm just waiting on the episode about Sewer Shark, baby. Let's get to it. So we have these games that are movies, but you really can't play it. It plays itself. If you make the wrong decision, it shows you a cutscene showing that you fucked up.
Oh, I was playing Ready to Rumble. That's the game I was really throwing sticks on. I was playing Ready to Rumble boxing.
That was fun.
That game. It was good.
It's really fun.
Yeah, my wife watched me play it. She did tell me, she was like, you don't have to turn it off. And I sat there and I did like 2 matches before I turned it off and watched TV. But I was digging it. I can't wait. Can't wait for my console to come in.
I didn't even know that thing came to N64. I remember it on PlayStation 2.
It definitely was.
Again, I remember that. My cronies, my friends, we did not play in 64. We were PlayStation people. Yeah,
this man's just leading these people astray.
It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. They bought their own stuff.
They led you astray.
No, I nobody leads me anywhere. I do what the fuck I want at all times. It's always been that way. And yeah, there was no Ready to Rumble.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Possibly.
Maybe there's like the East Coast, West Coast console wars that we don't know about.
It's very possible. It wouldn't shock me.
You got Pac and Snoop, right?
Well, Snoop is an Xbox guy, so he's automatically like, fuck him. He can kick rocks.
Series S guy.
Yeah, he can kick rocks.
I think, and if you do trade down, I think you'd like this Series S. I am surprised more and more games that I do play on it. There are times like, man, this looks like really good though. Like I can tell the difference. Like I know what's not there, but like even for like what is there, I'm like, yeah, but this still looks really nice. You know.
Yeah.
Which means Delvin will love it. He won't notice any difference between his X to his S at all.
I honestly think if you got a Series S, it depends on the TV. If you have a good TV, the Series S, it'll hide a lot of what the Series S doesn't do.
He's got
the Series S play a lot of games at like 45, 50, 55 FPS. So if you've got a VRR screen, you won't know. You won't know the difference.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you've got a screen that does any sort of like upscaling or sharpening to the image quality, 1080 looks great. Like,
don't you have some super high-end OLED, Delvin?
That is correct.
Yeah. If you plugged it up and played something that's like not overly like CPU intensive, I think you'd be like, I honestly can't tell the difference between this and X.
All right.
And then plus you get like the ease of like the portability. Not that I think you take it into account, but like if you go to Orlando or something, like it's a lot easier to carry.
He'll just buy a second one.
And you can have like those little screens that I have, and you can attach that little screen on it.
One in every room.
I mean, weren't you buying them for your nephews? Just say, you get an Xbox Series S, you get an S, you get an S. He's gonna do the same thing.
It's funny you mentioned that because when I went on the cruise, when I was almost a month ago now, my nephews both brought their Series S's on the cruises.
Yep.
And one of them, I don't know what happened, but I guess their Series S broke on the cruise.
Dang.
Like he was like,
I was gonna tell you need to buy them those little screens for Christmas. They have the screens.
Well, one of them I don't have to buy a screen for no more.
You gotta buy him a Series S.
Yeah, I might have to.
He's just gonna pull one out of his closet and dust it off like, oh,
what you do is
I've already got one.
You sell the Series X and then you get 2 Series S's. Boom.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Not a bad idea.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
But I honestly I'm both like surprised a little by how little I do miss the S or the X since having traded down. I haven't really thought about it since. I'm playing
console peasant.
Nerds!
NCAA, and even the other day I played Call of Duty on it. I booted up Call of Duty into the mission and was like, this is great. It really is. This is fun.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Is he loud to anybody but me?
Yes, he is.
No, he's loud.
Okay.
Oh, am I loud?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay, sorry.
It's quite okay.
Welcome, Snurts.
Hello. Is it still loud?
West Coast. It's a little loud. If
Okay.
anybody's listening or watching, can you tell us if he's loud to you guys? Because he's loud to us.
I will.
I appreciate that we're like an hour in the show. We haven't talked about a goddamn thing.
It's the best.
Kind of where I am this week.
Yeah, I'm fine
same
with it.
here. This works for me. I don't.
Something's happening
I'm
outside
tired of
my
work.
house.
I'm tired of not having like time to do what I want to do, and I'm just kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like all of it. Like I'm tired of the
Yes.
news. I'm tired of my podcast. I'm tired of it. My wife was like, "Do you want to like watch a show today?" I was like, "No."
That
No,
was
I
me
don't.
last night.
Like I don't want to. I don't want to do anything right now. I'm
I am
kind
a
of
little.
tired of it. I'm tired of everything at the moment.
Yep. It was the same way last night. Chanel was like, "You want to watch a show?" So I said, "No." I said, "Can we just? I just want to watch. What were we watching? Abbott Elementary." I said, "I need something that is just doesn't think about. Just turn it on, and I'm going to lay here and go to sleep. I don't want to talk. I don't want to think. I just want to
I
exist."
need
kinda what I'm
to get
feeling.
into that show. People tell me
Monday-
it's
Abbott
really
Elementary
good.
is great.
Monday I grilled. Had the day off. That was pretty good. I
Did you
laid
grill
in
on your
bed till,
stump?
like, noon. I went out in my stump. I got a chair. Stuff's starting to come in. I'm starting to buy some things.
Okay. All
I
right.
got a chair.
Upgrade.
I did order a T-bone, which I haven't had a T-bone in like a year, like a big one. And I
Okay.
got these pork chops that had like stuffed cream cheese and shit in them, like in the middle.
Mhm.
Oh, they were excellent.
That sounds good.
I grilled. They were so damn good. I was like, this is a great dinner. Cost a lot, but it was worth it.
I can see.
Hey,
Rob
sometimes you got to
3000
spoil yourself.
Already making that. Spoil yourself. Treat yourself.
T-bone!
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Snurts. I went outside on my chair, in my stoop, with my fucking wash bucket grill, and I put the charcoal in, and I got the stuff going, and I sat there and got high, and just listened to the wind blow,
Donnie's,
and the nice like fall air, and didn't do a damn thing. Came in, ate the food, went to sleep.
Donnie's,
It was great.
Donnie's nickname now, T-Bone!
T-Bone.
That's fun.
Yeah, I bought a tri-tip for myself, and that was also very good. So
Nice.
I don't know. I enjoy the cooking. It's an everyday pleasure in life, and yeah, and you got, like you said, you got to treat yourself. I definitely overindulged the last time I went to the grocery store, and I'm like, am I just stress eating and drinking? Is that what this is now?
Yes. Yes.
Going to be on the scale, and I'm going to be like, whoa, okay, all right, Tower Rock, Dad. Whoops, shit.
Story of my life,
Mhm.
actually. It's just been me for years at this point, Snarks.
Yeah. I also watched that documentary there, Donnie,
Oh,
with
yeah?
the gaming stuff, and I thought it was fine. It felt like the same old story for both of them, to be honest. But I still enjoyed the ride, and I thought the production level was decent enough.
It reminded me. Did you watch the High Level the show on Netflix?
I don't know if I think I watched something on
Or
Netflix.
High Score? What I say? High Level?
Yeah,
It's High
there was
Score?
some kind of
High
documentary,
Score.
right? Didn't they talk
I
about
honestly
the
like the
person who
production
broke
and the
Donkey
cuts.
Kong?
It was the production, the cuts, and even like the people they were interviewing. Like the same. It's like the same show. Almost like I was like, I'm being gassed. Is this the same show?
Well, I mean,
it felt
they're interviewing
so
the same
familiar.
people, right?
Right. It felt
So,
so familiar. I was like, man.
yeah. But
You
I
can
like
only
the
tell
Madden
the same
story a little
story so
bit
many
more
times.
because it's just so nerdy. Like
I do think
with all
I
the
think
math and the
Console
charts.
Wars, at least for the Nintendo episode, Console Wars did it best. It's like once
Sure.
they did it, it's like, okay, now everybody's just kind of regurgitating the same thing. But they did it best.
Okay.
But
don't
like
know
I
if
said,
I've
if
even
you
seen
don't know
Console
those things,
Wars.
like I didn't know the Madden stories, so that was new to me. So I enjoyed
That's cool.
watching that.
I mean, I'm
And I
also the
don't-
person who puts on those like YouTube review like shows of history. Like I've been watching one that really focuses on like 80s cartoons and like MacGyver and other random
do that too.
things.
Yeah,
That's I've always been a fan of history, and now that I'm not in school, like doing it for college, I can pick whatever I want. And lately, it's just been entertainment of the video game and TV variety. But I'm curious to see what they do, and I do agree there could be more generational comparisons to the various consoles and devices that were out there at the time. We don't always have to do the 90s, early 90s thing.
the next one is Atari. That's a story we've told over and over,
over and over and over again.
And
yeah.
it looks
Keep
like they
telling that
have
story.
episodes for Monopoly and Call of Duty coming as well. So
COD could be fun.
Call of Duty could be great. Yeah.
Am I still coming in loud? I've lowered the input.
Yes.
Is it better? Yes, I am coming in loud. Okay.
You're fine. I wouldn't worry about too much.
All right. Well,
I'm interested in the Monopoly one. Call of Duty. I feel like I've lived through that so much. I don't want to hear anything about Call of Duty.
Wow.
But Monopoly.
I'm very like nostalgic about Call of Duty, like old Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 2 and shit.
When it was just the way it is.
Yeah.
Not like how it is that it's just a blockbuster movie now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It has gone like through the roof like crazy from where it started.
It has. But I like it though. I like the bombastic feel of it.
Yeah.
Feels like Michael Bay-ish.
Yes.
It absolutely does.
Like when Michael Bay was good.
The Rock.
Yeah. Not all the terrible Transformers movies he made. Ruined my childhood with.
If they do Call of Duty, I want to see Call of Duty versus Medal of Honor. Like, talk about like
that's a good idea.
I think they will. I think
that's
they will
what
do
I'd
that.
rather hear. Yeah.
How they
smoke
Medal of Honor's boots.
Frontline.
And Battlefield.
I would even throw Halo in there. Halo versus. You could do, because Call of Duty has been the constant. So you could do like, they've taken out this person, they've taken out this person, they've taken out that person.
Yeah, they're like the Cavs. Just line them up, knock them down. We got to win over Philly tonight, guys. With Joel out there.
Is that
like
like
them
at this
apples?
point?
I was surprised. Like, I'm actually surprised it's gone this far. I'm like, okay, surely this is the game. I thought they were going to lose in Chicago because they looked really tired, but they got through it. And then I was like, surely Philly will beat them. And they got through that. And it's like, they're looking at Boston. I'm like, okay, surely Boston will end it, right? And I'm like, I don't know. Like they seem to really like this streak thing they got going on.
I'm rooting for the Cavs. Good on them.
They're playing hard.
Let's go Cavs.
Hey, Dev.
Mm-hmm.
Froggy T. White wants to ask you, what do you guys think of the Xbox games coming to Switch 2? So what do you think of it, Dev?
I don't give a shit. Xbox games aren't Xbox games. They're just Microsoft games. They're going everywhere. Who cares?
I knew that was going to be Dev's answer.
It's going to be awesome when South of Midnight comes to Switch.
That's going to be cool.
It's going to be great.
That seemed like a switch.
Speaking of documentaries, did you guys watch that? Did you know that thing happened?
Yeah, I know it happened. I didn't watch it though.
I didn't watch it. I saw.
It's very good. I enjoyed it.
I heard it's really good. I saw a lot of men talk about it.
Josh was talking about it first. It's who brought up in our Discord, but I was watching it over lunch. I was eating lunch and watched it, and it's only 30 minutes. It's not super long.
And Paris.
But it's very like encompassing. Like they start with like the writing, and then they go into like the mocap, and then they go into the actors, and then they talk about the design, and they talk about the art, and they talk about the sound and the music. Like it's very encompassing of like everything that this game is doing, which honestly made it feel like every little bit has its part. So you're always kind of talking to somebody new, so it doesn't feel that long. Like everybody gets like 4 minutes, and then like it's kind of over. It's pretty good.
I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, I want to play it.
Looks stellar.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
play it on PC.
Really
the hell with your Switch. That shit can kick rocks on the Switch.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna play PC too. But I love the. I'm gonna play it on PC, buy it on Switch. But they seem really into calling everything the Deep South. And I was like, is that like a Yankee thing? Like tell me you've never been here without telling me you've never been here. Like they keep the deep, like not the South, it's the Deep South.
Yeah, we don't say that.
And here's the funny thing: they talk about. They're like, so we went to the Appalachians and the swamps. We've been to the Deep South. I'm like, those aren't the same. Both of those aren't the same thing.
Not at all.
Those isn't the same South. It's very different Souths.
Yeah, that's like people saying.
You could say like I've been to Virginia and Louisiana by that standard. Like, what are you talking about?
That's like saying I've been to Kendall in Miami. Those are two different places.
But that's the only thing I picked up on is just how many people. It's almost like a marketing term. It's like they had it up there, like keep calling it the Deep South. The Deep South. It's like, oh God, you guys are you're just doing too much. Chill.
Yeah, as somebody who's not from the South, as far as I'm concerned, all of it is the fucking Deep South. I don't know any better.
Yeah, but like you refer to it as the Deep South. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do.
Google,
I don't know.
If you Google Deep South, it's just like the lower sub-region.
No, I know what the Deep South. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I get it. Like I know what it is.
That's why they refer to it as that. What I'm assuming.
They keep doing it like over and over, and like so it feels out of place.
I think they're just trying to let you know we've been to the South, and this is about the South. It's the South, the Deep South, because it's
Deep South. Not the South, not Atlanta. The Deep South.
The Deep South.
When you go north, east, and west, and you're still in the South, you're in the Deep South.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When I hear Deep South, I think like swamps and gators.
I'm in the Deep South.
And
yeah, and they talk about that, but then they also talk about all the other stuff, and it's like, okay. Like, that's the thing, is like when they're describing it, it's like you're really just describing like just the South. Like just generally the region. But
yeah,
it looks great. The Southern Gothic stuff is going to be excellent. I love the art style, the stop motion, and everything has like that Pinocchio, like chiseled kind of carved, like handcrafted look. It's going to be
great art design.
It's really impressive. I was not expecting that from Compulsion, especially after their last game. Like they really kind of showed out.
What was their last game?
We Happy Few? They've been quiet for a long time. Yeah, We Happy Few.
We Happy Few looked promising.
Sucked.
But it wasn't. But it looked promising.
For a moment it did, until it came out.
I think me playing that game in early access messed it up for me. So I couldn't get it to when it actually came out. Like, I will play this now.
Yeah. They sold us on the trailers. But I think this is... for me, We Happy Few wasn't just that... I should rephrase. I do think it sucked, but there are other people probably don't. They think that's harsh.
Oh, yeah, people
it just wasn't a game. Like honestly, even if it was great, it's not a style of game I would be interested in.
It's not the what people expected it to be.
No,
people were really high on that game when it.
Yeah, they were thinking BioShock and stuff.
Does it look like BioShock?
Like that? Yeah, it's not anything like that.
Yes.
Yep.
But Compulsion was cool, or not Compulsion. Contrast. Contrast was deep.
I enjoyed Contrast. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a neat little game. Yeah. This looks far bigger. This is more of like a Kina style thing, which is fucking my jam. So I'm all about it.
And this is their third game, so maybe third time's the charm.
I mean, it looks way grander and bigger than anything they've done. So much gameplay they show in the little documentary. I'm like, this already looks like the best thing they've ever done. I didn't even played it yet, and I'm like, this is way better.
Yeah.
So, I hope it's great. I really do.
Me too.
I'm rooting for this game.
Maybe they'll give it a controller. Maybe you think they'll give it a physical? That should be our over-under. Over-under one physical copy for South of Midnight. Or are they just going to make it like a $40 digital-only game?
$40 digital only game.
Yeah,
They're not making no
correct answer.
physical version of this.
I can't.
Come on now.
Can't with Xbox.
Right. You think they're going to give this Southern game with a black female lead any kind of love? And they didn't give it to
That
Kenna?
would be the one. That would be the one. No, you mean cinema, but that would be the one.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. $40 digital only. We're not making physical copies of this. Maybe when it comes to Switch 2.
When it comes to PlayStation. 100%.
I mean, when are they just going to start giving you like a Post-it note with the QR code on it?
I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Just
here you go. Here's your Post-it note.
Scan it.
Yeah.
I have long since given up on anything physical at this point.
Crap! I got the QR code for Barbie's Big Adventure instead of GTA 6. Damn it!
I got my physical for Retro Realms Collector's Edition for Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead.
I don't even remember the last time I bought a physical copy of a game.
You don't even remember?
I don't.
I don't either.
I've bought like 5 of them this week. Damn.
Yeah.
That's because you're also buying old stuff that only comes physical.
I still have all my old copies of the 360 games, a couple Xbox games, PS4, of course.
Yeah.
But
I've got a bunch of stuff still in plastic wrap for PS3.
Right.
I
still have the same DVD collection I've had for decades too. You know.
Yeah, it was because when I worked at Best Buy, I could practically get that stuff for free. So I just have a bunch of PS3 games that I just never had time to play.
I'll play it.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Why not? Why?
Because I don't want to sell it. It still looks nice. It's in my nice little media cabinet where I have all of my stuff.
Fair enough.
That's my little collection.
Can you see it?
Yes.
No.
You have to open the door to see it?
Yes, I have to open the door to see it. And I check on it pretty regularly.
Games. I'll put them on display and I'll put shelves up.
You're talking to the person who doesn't trade things in. I keep all my stuff.
So you can put it in a closet? What good does that do anybody?
It just makes me feel better. Again, I don't care about anybody but me. I'm selfish. This is just purely for me. I know it exists, and that makes me happy.
Every once in a while, he comes home, pours himself a nice drink, opens up the door, looks at the collection, closes the door, nods.
That was a time. That was a time.
100%. It belongs in the museum, Dev.
The Museum of Dev. That's what it is.
Preservation, Dev.
It's a similar thing for me when I was working at EA. There was $20 for a game, so I have a ton of 360 games from EA.
They made you guys pay $20 for the game?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Activision was
the Best Buy.
Activision was 15.
That is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Give me the
game. No, you would get a free copy of the game you worked on.
Look, I know you've been playing this game relentlessly for 8 months as a quality tester.
No, you get the game for free at that you work on, but
not the other 4 games.
They have a store where you can buy other EA titles.
That's so wild.
So like when Mirror's Edge and Dead Space, Army of Two, all that stuff was coming out, I was getting them for $20.
Wow.
Not even okay.
I just had to sell a certain amount of pre-orders and I could get my whole team the game for free.
There you go.
When I worked at GameStop, I could just take in all kinds of stuff home for free. There's lots of games, especially when they're like off the shelf for a while. We just throw away. You just take them all home.
Yeah, so we couldn't do that. I could every now and again I could demo a game, like take a game out and just put it out for the demo. I can do that, but for the most part, for us to get the games for free, we had to sell a certain amount of pre-orders, and then we'd get copies for the team. So that's how I got a lot of my PS3 games.
And we would have games that they would pull. Like we would just get copies to be like, hey, pull these off the shelves. We're not doing anymore. You just keep one of the 60 that you have.
I wish those would go into a bin, get sealed, and then shipped back. Yeah.
We don't want these anymore. Take them back.
Yeah, we can't sell them. We're going to send them back to the warehouse, and they're going to somehow penny them out, redistribute them. Now, that's what we could do. Like the strategy guides, we penny those out. After a while, they'd go end of life. They'd be a penny, and you could buy a bunch of collector's edition strategy guides for a cent.
Nice.
So I have a bunch of those too.
That's
one day when I have a large enough man cave, I can have a library.
I have the Destiny one just because of you. Still have it. Never got rid of it. It's still here.
It's very pretty.
I look at it every night. It is. Yeah. I've always been very fond of like the artwork.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. We've been talking about nothing for an hour. You ready to get into some news, Danny?
We better, because I'm not staying here all damn night. Valve has announced a new Steam Deck, the White Edition. It's a limited edition. It releases November 18th. They are capitalizing on current trends.
Yeah, they definitely are.
It's priced at $670 and it's shipping to all regions. It's the all white edition. The all right, because it's all white edition.
Yeah.
Was
Rob
Milton
3K
taking
edition.
Rob 3000 lost his shit. He basically came when I posted the Discord.
Yep.
So
White edition? Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. I'm normally not into the white. It's not the white, it's the gray offset. It's got gray offset buttons and triggers. And with the OLED screen, I think it's pretty nice. I would never pay $700 for a Steam Deck at all, like any Steam Deck. That's crazy. You're talking ROG Ally prices for Steam Deck. I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely not. That's insane.
No, thank you.
That's PlayStation 5 Pro money.
Yeah.
That's
But for those of you that do want them, you can get the all white edition.
Rob is
Refrain
definitely
from
going to get the
calling it a different
WOLED.
edition.
He's definitely getting the WOLED. He's going to do it.
Comes with a white case and a white cloth and like all the white stuff.
Oh, all the white stuff. Enjoy.
Mayo edition.
You know what that cloth is going to be used for?
Ooh. This conversation makes me very uncomfortable.
I need an adult.
They already have a black model. Damn, Delvin.
Whoa, big and black.
Yeah, bigger and blacker. We're the standard model. We come with everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look nice though. I have to admit, looking at it.
It's It's
like
it's pretty nice. GTA Trilogy has been updated across all platforms. They've added, if you guys remember from when these games came to Netflix, the classic lighting mode that was available on mobile. Remember I was telling you guys how much better the games looked on fucking cell phone than they did on PlayStation or Switch or any console or PC? Well, all of that has been added to all console versions and PC versions of the game. There's also been additional weather updates to weather effects, character models, animations. There's new lighting for street lights, for car lights, and any reference, be it logo, opening credits, ending credits to Grove Street games has been completely removed from the game. I've taken the PC version for a spin yesterday, and I've taken the Switch version for a spin today. And I can tell you that in both instances, the games are greatly improved. They fixed it. It's really good. Buy a copy if you haven't bought one yet.
Only took multiple years.
It took 3 years. It took 3 years for it to, but they finally fixed it. Switch is great, actually. Like, it was such a choppy mess to play. Like, it was borderline hard to even recommend anybody play it. It's 30, and I'm sure it's not like a super stable 30, but it's generally a smooth 30. For Switch, it's perfectly fine. Like, it's great. I played on the Ally, and it is stellar over there on the Roger Ally. It is great. I was having a time playing yesterday. So if you have been holding off because you thought the ports were terrible, you were correct, but they have fixed them. And now you can buy them on Black Friday, probably for $20 soon. Right? Like, they'll probably be on sale for $19.99 here in a bit.
Why?
Well,
sell that shit for $50-$60. People will still
I think they're on sale already. I think they've been on sale for $30 multiple times. That's $10 per game. That's great. That's good stuff. So
that is a lot of content for the price there. Those games take a long time to beat.
These are some of my favorite games. So I'm loving them. And I may just stop things to play those for a while. That might be what I do here.
It's a good comfort food right there.
We've got non-essentials for PlayStation Plus, GTA 5, Dying Light 2, Like a Dragon Ishin, Moto GP 24, The Sims 4, Digimon Survived, Overcooked, Stick Fight, Clash Artifacts of Chaos, Killer Frequency, Hungry Shark World, and Chivalry 2. If you're on the premium tier, you get Synapse for PSVR 2, Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2 on PS2, Resistance, Fall of Man, and Resistance 2 from PS3 as your streaming titles on PlayStation 5. So pretty good month for you folks in the non-essential tiers.
Why don't they just remake
That would not be
Resistance?
me.
Just remaster it.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, I mean,
What the fuck
I
is
told
this?
you this 2 weeks ago. We talked about this when they said we're done with Resistance. I was like, why don't you just let somebody remaster them then?
Give it to anyone. Just
They
remaster
have
it.
3 studios that do port work for them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord knows
That's
they just
all they
remaster
do is they
anything
do
else
port
now.
stuff.
Everything has a remaster. Shit that don't need remaster has remasters. We didn't ask for this shit back.
Like
The
they've
shit
got,
we asked for.
who are the
that
2
we don't
PC
get.
teams? It's Nix's and who? The other team that they have to do those are PC ports? The folks that put the Last of Us?
Blue Point.
Now, Bluepoint's the good one.
Yes.
They have a shitty one.
Yeah, who ported Last of Us? Who developed
Have no idea.
Last of Us PC port? Iron Galaxy. So they got Iron Galaxy, Nix's, and Bluepoint. All of them do port work for them. Like, have them remaster Resistance. A Resistance collection would be fucking fire.
Yeah.
Sure.
Be way better. Sell way more copies than Concord sold. I guarantee it.
Yes.
Like I'd bet my life on it. 100% it would. I'd buy it for sure. I'd buy it. So
I wonder if it's just like Insomniac being like, no, don't fuck with our shit. We'll remake it when we're goddamn good and ready.
When we have finally drained the well of Marvel,
Mhm.
we will come back
We'll
to
get
you,
there.
Resistance. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there when we're ready.
Fucking
Let us cook.
Yeah.
No.
Because quite honestly, Insomniac kills it. I'd rather them just remake it whenever they're ready, so it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, there's other talented people out there too, but yeah, I hear you.
Just remaster it.
just
Oh my
remember,
God.
yeah, I'm with you,
Yeah.
Delvin. Like, who
We're
cares?
getting a legacy of
You're worried
Kane
about
fucking
margins,
remastered.
right? So go what? You go make your game. We're gonna remaster this one. It's not
Yeah.
the decision's out of your hands.
We're getting the Soul Reaver remastered. We can't get fucking Resistance. Fuck out of here.
Dude, a Resistance collection, a
Yeah.
Resistance collection remastered would be
Yeah.
fucking dope
I still have the
I've heard-
PS3 version of that in plastic.
in plastic. Like he says this every fucking time we ever bring up PlayStation.
Yeah.
What is that a flex? You've never
Yes,
played
it
it.
is.
It is
I
now.
haven't. I haven't.
It wasn't before, but now it is.
Well, I have the digital versions of them too. I just also happen to have the
Hmm.
collection in
I
plastic.
guess he's playing that Donnie game.
Yeah.
Got the
I mean,
PC
you get 'em for
version and
free.
the Switch cartridge. Like,
Look, man, I
Not
got
with
real
that
lazy.
book.
I'm like, I don't want to change a disc. You mean I can just run this from the hard drive?
I
I'm not
get it.
putting in
I've
physical
gotten lazier
discs.
than that.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
starting to get to the point I don't want to change apps. I'm like, I need all of this shit in the one app that I like to use because I am sick and tired of hopping between all of like anytime I go to an app and they're like, we need to verify. I'm like, fuck it, never mind. You know, it's like,
Mhm.
just keep it.
You're not
It's like you
wrong.
can go to the gas station and like pay inside. You're like, well, that's the end of this business transaction. I'm going to the next gas station. You
Guess
guys
I'll
go
do
work
gas.
this out.
Yeah, you remember when
Uh,
you had to used to walk into a gas station like a goddamn heathen and pay
Yeah.
somebody money?
I think the
possibly
audacity when I go to a
cash.
gas station now and they're like, nope, you got to come in and pay. I'm like, the fuck I do. I'm like, this is the
I got
last
enough
time
in
I
the
ever
tank
Just
come
for
lost
here.
my business.
I got
I'm
enough
out.
in the tank.
100%.
I
Not
go
that
outside to
desperate.
pay all the time.
Ugh.
I live in Florida and there's scammers.
I'm
I,
like,
I only get my gas at Costco because that's where it's the cheapest out here because it's a
Yeah, that
bajillion
makes
fucking
sense.
dollars.
dude,
Yeah.
I went to, so I told you guys earlier, especially when like inflation got big, I started buying all of my groceries at Kroger. And when you
Mhm.
buy your groceries at Kroger, you're on Kroger points. You can use at the gas station. I bought Kroger points like all year and never went to because the Kroger's not like far away, but it's out of the way. So I've never went there for gas. Well, one day I was there in the Roadrunner and I was like, I'm going to get gas there because I can save these points. I went there and cashed into my points on their stupid number pad, and I got gas that day for like 60 cents a gallon. Like, it was
Woo,
insane.
wow.
I had so many points. They're like, do you want gas for 68 cents? It was like all of it. You can
Yeah,
put all of it in the tank right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on, let me back up the truck. Like
Right,
with the tanker.
right. I was like, this is stealing. This is crazy.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
This will keep in my driveway, right?
Right. Phil Spencer did an interview. He's done multiple interviews in the last couple of days, actually. But the one that's sticking out for most people is the one he did at Bloomberg. That's nothing about the article. I'm just tired. This. Right.
Yeah.
Phil
Spencer.
So they talked about mergers and acquisitions, to which he targeted mobile and specifically said that they're looking to diversify their teams by working on games looking towards China, like they did with Age of Empires and Tencent. And I read a quote: "The real opportunity is to partner with the creative teams in China for global." So Xbox is looking towards China as a way of, I don't know, getting more projects going, especially in the mobile space.
That makes sense for mobile, yeah.
He's confirmed that they're looking into doing something with a handheld, and then crushing everybody's hopes and dreams says it's at least a few years out. Oh. There are people think we're getting a handheld next year. Like, absolutely not.
They don't want to compete with that Switch 2.
He didn't say a couple. He said a few.
Yeah.
You think it's Switch 2 related?
I don't know. I mean, why would you want to have your product come out anywhere near the Switch 2 coming out?
I think it's a volatile market right now. Partly Switch 2, but also because of all of these other handhelds. Like, if Xbox was to come out with a handheld, it's got to be better than the Steam Deck and the Ally, because that's the standard they're going to be held to.
Does it?
And then I think so. And then Garrett has been talking about this, and I've seen it online too. AMD, I think, has been promising like a far leap, like a generational leap for a mobile processor, like next year. There's already talk of like what a ROG Ally 2 and a Steam Deck 2 could do with this new processor, but it's expensive. And I do think there's a market for niche folks out there that want that expensive thing. They'll buy $1,000 something just to say they have it. But you can't do that on a mass consumer level. So I think it behooves Xbox and anybody looking to maybe enter that market at the high end to wait it out, to see what it looks like and see where it lands, and before you come in.
Is Xbox competing with the ROG Ally, or are they competing with the Switch? Like, I look at them and I think
with the Switch.
console.
They're not competing with units sold with the ROG Ally. But the question is, I mean, that's a deeper question I thought we'd get into on this one. The question is it just an Xbox handheld, or is it an Xbox PC handheld?
See, I think of it, the whole idea of people wanting an Xbox handheld is to not have to deal with the PC shit.
Okay, well then my answer to you then changes, because if they're just making an Xbox handheld, then they're not competing with the Switch at all. The Switch will absolutely trounce the shit out of that.
It will. It absolutely will.
So then they are competing with the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally.
I don't think that you are.
That's about how many of them they can sell if it's just an Xbox machine.
I don't think that they're competing with the Switch. I don't think they're competing with the ROG Ally, because they're looking at people who are looking at the ROG Ally are looking for a PC handheld.
I understand.
I think anybody who's looking for an Xbox handheld is looking for a console.
And you're right.
Handheld.
Maybe there's somebody out there that's like that, but it's a very small amount of people. Well, the point I'm making you is I don't think Xbox can come out with a handheld that's significantly weaker than the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally and anybody buy it. Because why would you buy that when you could buy the other one and does that same thing? You can buy an Ally and play your Xbox games on it.
You can, but you have to make that work. And that's what I'm getting at.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. I feel like people who are looking for a console experience, but they love Xbox.
Amount of people into smaller slices.
I don't disagree with that, but I think that's what the Xbox handheld is going to be.
Then why do it? It's not very profitable. It's not profitable. It's not a business. It's not going to return growth. You're not going to find new customers that way.
It's just another one of those things where, like, we don't have to be profitable with our fucking physical stuff. Just make games, put them everywhere, and here's the Xbox handheld to just
you're talking about R&D,
to just try and
marketing,
get that hotness.
It's not cheap. It's expensive.
I don't disagree with you.
If that was your mindset, go Portal. Just make a Portal.
I don't disagree with you.
Sell that to
I don't disagree with you. I think Microsoft is stupid. So I don't think that they're going to do anything other than make an Xbox handheld.
Because if they sold a Portal that accessed the cloud, at least you could then potentially talk people into that don't have an Xbox into getting one of those.
Right. That makes sense.
But if you're just selling,
and that's why Microsoft ain't gonna do it.
Handheld, The only people that are going to buy that are people that already have an Xbox, and that's a small amount of people. It's going to be a fraction of the amount of people that already have an Xbox. It'd be a fraction of that.
I don't disagree with you. I just think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, no,
I honestly think that's what they're going to do.
I mean, the first thing I think of is just a way to play your Game Pass on the go.
Again, that's your phone. That's a ROG Ally. That's a Steam. That's literally every device. It's an iPad. You can do that on everything. You can do that on everything that exists.
Does it
have the Xbox logo? It's not
Yeah.
made by Microsoft. I literally think they're going to do something that's just like, this is the Xbox console that plays your Game Pass stuff on the go. I literally think they're going to do that.
It's 3 years
and
away
make
from
it
that.
easy.
That's boring. I don't think anybody wants that 3 years from now. I
don't think anybody wants it now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They do.
I think they do. I think there's people that do want it, but I see the demand of what people want is they want the ROG Ally but Xboxified. They want both. That's where the demand is. The demand is, I want you to do what Steam did, but do it with Xbox and let me put my emulators and PC shit on it. That's what they want.
Yeah, they ain't doing that.
Anything less than that, they're gonna hate on it immediately. They're gonna be like, fuck, I don't want that.
That's what Xbox is gonna do.
Well, but I don't think that's gonna go very well. We'll find out.
I agree.
D-Life says, so does this mean the next generation of Xbox is a few years away too? And I believe his question is rooted in the idea that he thinks that their next generation would have like a console and a handheld offering. So like kind of like the Series X and the S. It's like, here's the TV and the handheld model. You can have both or either one.
Do they connect to each other?
I don't.
Is there like a docking station?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, maybe. No, that would be Xbox going full handheld. They're not going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that.
They should.
You think they should?
They should. They should. They might as well.
Nintendo would eat that fucking lunch. Are you serious?
What do you mean would eat? They already do.
What difference?
They already do.
It makes a lot. Well, one, it makes a lot of difference. You're talking about. Okay. Oh my god.
You're not pulling from Nintendo's audience. Like that's
I feel
the
like
thing.
I shouldn't have to explain this, but I will. If Xbox went full-blown Switch, that would be such a lower power consumption and a lower target for their games. Studios that make Call of Duty and Halo and Gears of War, you're like, now do it for a handheld that you play on the go. These people they're making their games on Unreal Engine 5. That doesn't work. We can't do that.
That's why it's a few years away.
That might be true.
That's why this is what they're doing. This is the path they're taking because they think that's the future.
Can't go
and they're like, if you really want to play, them on the high end, we make that too on PC, on PlayStation.
I don't think I'd be surprised if that's the move. I don't think that's the move.
They have
I think they're going to have a console. They're going to make a
Xbox
console.
Loses regardless. There's no winning formula.
It's
true. I'm not even arguing for winning, but like
it sounds like some kind of
what I'm
trailer.
telling you is that they're like their own developers would revolt against that concept.
Would they?
They would, yeah.
Why? Because we're putting our games everywhere. There's no more red lines. Our games go anywhere. So we also have this little cool handheld.
Lower the target so much from where they currently are.
But can't they still use their studios to make stuff for PC if they want that high-end experience?
Do you have realized how hard it is to scale a game to those levels? Nintendo is not scaling a game from 4K, blow your eyes out of your face, down to 720p. Nintendo's making 720p games. That's why the Switch works, because their games target the Switch. They're not also, but you can blow them up on PC. Nobody's doing that.
The third-party games suck, but the first-party games run great.
Yeah.
Xbox is just a third-party studio, so they're like, "Look, we're gonna make all the good shit on the PlayStation and the Xbox and
oh my
PC.
God!" So like, if
here's
you want
a
a console,
720p version,
PS5, but we've got this shittier handheld version. Do you hear what you're saying? None of this makes any sense at all.
Now we cook it.
Now I'm not listening to any of this.
Now we cook
it.
This is so bad faith.
You want a high-end Xbox? We have one. It's called
PS5 Pro.
The PlayStation.
Could you imagine if we got a PS5 Pro Xbox edition? If the bitch was like green and shit.
oh, Xbox fans would be so bad.
Yeah, they would.
That might be the way. It comes to Xbox controller.
Look, it's coming out, and it's gonna launch with Halo Remastered. It's gonna launch with that.
Hey, you heard it here first. I've been saying it for a while.
I'm just saying.
they did speak about the mobile store. I'm not sure if you remember, but Sarah Bond over the summer, she was like, we're about to launch a mobile store. It's going to be in the web, so people can buy mobile games for us on the web instead of going to the app store, so we can get all that money. Apparently, that's just been put on hold indefinitely. And he talked a little bit more about it in the article. Essentially, what it came down to was he was like, yeah, we can build it. He's like, but if you just think if we build it, they'll come. He's like, I don't think that's going to be successful. He's like, that's not going to work. Nobody's going to log into the Chrome on your phone to download a mobile game.
No.
He's like, so we've got to figure out a better way to do that. And I don't know what that is. I don't think they know what that is. So they talked about all this mobile stuff during the Activision thing, and I just probably wouldn't expect any of it to happen. Like it may just
zoned out.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So, Dev leaves right at the most important part. He said that they're pleased with multi-platform games so far, and that Microsoft will do more of that. And the quote that's getting everybody excited is he said, there are no games that are off the table within Xbox Game Studios. And he said it's too early to make any decision on where the next Halo game will ship to.
Boy, that Gears on PlayStation 5 Pro is going to cook, baby.
There's been a lot of talk
gimme
from Xbox folks about red lines. Certain franchises that have red line, they'll never leave. And Phil Spencer confirming that there are no red lines.
Yeah,
those are just normal lines that they're going to cross. There's nothing red about them.
With this context, I have to go back to my earlier thing. Do I really need to keep my Series X?
No.
If shit's just going to go everywhere.
You haven't needed to keep that thing for a year, and I've been telling you this.
But there are things I want to play. Like I want to play Hellblade. Hellblade 2. I want to play Indiana Jones. Hellblade
would be the one that I would expect to jump soon. I think we'll see Hellblade 2 on PlayStation 5 in 2025. Yeah. That's coming quickly. If I had to guess, I may be completely wrong, but if I had to guess, I think Hellblade ships on PlayStation soon.
Blade.
I don't think that thing ships at all for a while. You're years away from that. So I don't think you have to worry about that one too much, man. We're all going to be on new consoles before Blade comes out. So
I'm like, oh.
The question is, do you need a console or a PC? You need a PC, Delvin.
Got my Steam Deck.
Remember when it was just Pentiment? Remember it was just Pentiment and nobody cared? Like, it's just Pentiment and Grounded. It's fine. Sea of Thieves. Remember?
Donnie cared.
I told y'all.
Donnie
and I hate, I don't hate. No, I don't hate. I'm not going to say that. No, I don't hate to be the one that told you so. Because I told y'all so. I told everybody so. Nobody fucking wanted to hear it then.
From the rooftops.
They thought I was exaggerating.
It was like we're
blowing this out of proportion. Donnie. It's only 4 games. That was like the whole internet. It's just for no, it's not. It's not.
I've been talking about Halo coming to PlayStation for a long time since they started making all this talk. I mean, it's just one of my favorite franchises. So
it makes sense at this point. Like, if you're going to remake, if you're remaking Halo, which is all the science point to, they're remaking Halo. They're going to have a remake of a Halo game. Why wouldn't you put it on? Like, that's the only reason to remake it at this point. They've already been remade. They're already available on PC and Xbox. Why else would you remake it for no other reason than 1, to get used to a new engine, and 2, to put it on new platforms and reach new players? If I was remaking Halo, I would put it on Switch and PlayStation. If I was Xbox, why not?
Yeah.
Like, give me a reason why you wouldn't. And maybe it's timed exclusive on Xbox. Right? Maybe it comes out 6 months or a year first, and then it comes to everything else. Perfectly fine.
And then if they make cross-platform multiplayer thing.
But if it were me, I would do day and date, because that's what Halo deserves. That's how you make Halo again. That's how Halo rises back to becoming a predominant franchise in the gaming sphere. Is you day and date with everything. You know, you're hurting it by keeping it exclusive. You're hurting the player base. You're hurting the developer. You're hurting your sales. They're not chasing market share. Right? They're not trying to gain consoles sold in any measure. Right?
Yeah, so pump out that software.
So let's get going. Like, what's the fucking point? Like, we have an Xbox if you choose to want to play there, but in the meantime, we're also going to put that shit on everything else. So, Yarden says Xbox went from only 4 games to everything in such a short amount of time. I told y'all. He said, what did he say? What was the quote? We want to learn. We're going to put these 4 games out and learn what happens. What did I tell you they were going to learn? They're going to learn. They're going to make some more money. It's what they were going to learn. Like that's
turns out, guys, I like some money. More money, please. Please give me the money.
Out, guys. We're pretty good at this. Yeah, no shit.
Money thing's all right.
Yeah. He says the Xbox business has never been more healthy. It's interesting take.
I mean, they're not dead yet, so.
Well, I would love to.
That's just a joke.
I would love to dig into it because he said this a few times recently, and I think Sadia was like, "We've never had more console players ever." They're counting all of Xbox One and Xbox Series, like they're counting them all together. They're literally counting everybody that logs into a console that has Xbox on it as one big number. They're like, we've got 80 million console players, and they're like counting 360 players, Xbox One players, Xbox One X players. Like, and I'm wondering, like, are you counting PlayStation players? Like, if PlayStation player logs in to Grounded, are you counting that person too? I would love to know where they come up with these numbers, because by all accounts, the folks that are trying to keep track of it, the Xbox Series cannot possibly be the most healthy Xbox has ever been.
Not even
it's
close.
Drastically not.
That's kind of wild to think. If I boot up my 360 to play something, and I log into Xbox Live, and I'm just
Xbox
going like
Live.
through ODST again, or maybe I'm playing Splinter Cell or something like that.
You are being
and they're
counted.
like, guess who's an active Xbox
Engagement,
player?
baby. Engagement. We got them. Console players. We got them.
Wow. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it's just kind of crazy that's how they would do it. I mean, you know.
And I mean, it's not wrong. I'm sure PlayStation probably is doing the same thing. Their numbers are much better. And here's the thing. You don't have to win the console war, quote unquote, to have a healthy ecosystem. I've been saying that about Xbox for a long time. People look at this and they go, well, that's crap. I never have an Xbox. There are 20 million people out there that just want to have an Xbox. And like, I understand there's PlayStation folks that don't understand that. They're like, why would you have that if you could have these? But that's what they want. It's what they know. It's what they like. It's their preference. Their preference is to have that box. So like Xbox can continue into perpetuity by just having a console. It doesn't have to be the best console. It doesn't have to be the console with the most exclusive. They don't have to do any of those traditional things. It's literally like a PC alternative. We have a box that you can play games on if you so choose to buy it here. Right.
Do you think they'll ever get like some of those World of Warcraft games from Blizzard and onto like a console of an Xbox to try to push sales in that regard?
No. I would love to say yes, but
seems kind of far-fetched with the
are they doing
anything
as they do to try and push console sales?
Yeah, no, they're not.
It literally feels like the console is just there should you choose to want one. But like, are they pushing the sale? Are they trying to move units at all? Doesn't feel like
I mean, that's why they're focusing on software. I was just thinking because they have so much IP, right?
Right.
It's massive.
Actively trying to get you to play everywhere except Xbox.
And it may be it's just where they are now. Maybe when they get a new console, maybe that changes. But until I see something, like they're not trying to move market share at all. Like that seems like the least thing on their mind. They're not trying to do that. Right. They're trying to move software and services, subscriptions and games.
That's where they put all their money.
Yeah, they have hardware. They've got it. And they'll sell it to you if you want to buy it. But like, are they sitting there counting? I don't think they give a shit. Like, I think, and it's not that they don't give a shit. It's that they've given up. I think they realize it's over. They're not going to do that. So that's not the goal anymore. So, and then the last quote that they had, he said, I feel pretty good about where this industry is going. Wild quote after the year that we've had. He says, to reach new players, we need to be creative and adapt to new business models, new devices, and new ways of access. Here's a shot at the bow. We're not going to grow the market with $1,000 consoles. Seems aimed right at the PlayStation 5 Pro.
Right. Yeah.
Watch us try though.
with their pinkies up as they sip their tea. They're like, yes, pinkies up.
PlayStation like, you're right. You're not going to grow the
market. Y'all ain't got no identity. PlayStation does. We can do that.
There's a part of me that wants to like this quote a lot more than I do, because a part of me, what I've been saying since this whole multi-platform thing has happened, what have I been telling y'all? They need to be affordable hardware. That's their niche.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Be affordable hardware. Don't be $700-800 console. Don't be.
There's that 720 piece.
They can be.
Idea.
They can be.
Exactly.
Like here's the thing: they can be more performant than Switch, but cheaper than PlayStation. And I think that appeals to the mass consumer. Right? You can win that argument. The problem is that they're like, we're exactly the PlayStation. Well, if that's the case, we're going to buy the PlayStation. It's like, and if they were exactly the Switch, guess what? You're going to lose that argument too. But if you could be that middle ground and give you a little bit of both, right? It's like it's cheaper, but it's really performant. There's a lot of like this. There's something there
in the handheld form that also connects to a dock.
Well,
I don't think that's it.
let me ask the question, Donnie. How much cheaper is cheaper? $4.99, $3.99,
$3.99, $3.99 and under. There's a $300 to $399 area where if they can give you PlayStation 5, 6, 7 like performance for $100, $150 cheaper, that's a sweet spot. I think that's a spot for them to be in.
Yeah.
It's just especially
if you couple that with a cloud offering and a smaller offering, a cheaper offering, right? If you're also in that bottom tier, you're the earliest adopter and you have like this premium, like this mid-tier offering, right? I think there's space there for them to not win a console. They're not going to sell 100 million units of any of these things, but be competitive. They can be competitive. They're like, hey, we've got this Apple TV
Xbox
box
Series S Plus. It's the S Plus.
Yeah. Like if they're like, hey, we've got this cloud box dongle, whatever, that you can buy Game Pass on and stream games to for whatever cheap amount of money. And we have this console and it does 4K and it does 60 frames on a lot of games and it does cloud and it's cheaper. It's $100 cheaper. Yeah. There's something there.
Yeah. And we have a refrigerator.
I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think this is at all. I think they're going to trot out another PlayStation 5 console. They're going to be like, here's another console.
Good idea.
Yeah. You've lost. It's not happening. Nobody's
buying.
I'm
not getting a whole lot of buzz, leads, push that they're thinking about doing anything different.
They're making a handheld in a few years.
Yeah, the handheld.
Remember they're making the cloud? They had the Project Cloud thing that was coming, and then it got put on the shelf.
Like, I mean, the reality is they have a few years. The Xbox or the PlayStation Pro is going to be here for a minute. We ain't getting new consoles for a while, so they have a few years. Yeah,
I thought I think I said this. I think they're going to announce something next year. They're going to announce some new hardware next year. It may not come out next year, but they're going to announce it next year. I'm thinking we're in like that 1X territory where they announce like Project Scorpio, and then the year after the next thing. I thought we were 2 years away from the next console.
I mean, they could try that.
I was thinking 2026 for Xbox, and then 2027 for PlayStation 6. That's kind of where my brain.
27? You think we're getting new? I feel like we're not getting nothing until 2028.
I think 2025 comes, we get an announcement. 2026 we get Xbox. 27 we get PlayStation. That's kind of where my brain was.
Yeah, my brain is 2028 is when we get the new PlayStation. Any new like next gen.
I agree consoles, with that idea that it's not needed. I don't think it's necessary, but I don't think necessary is what's going to behoove us from getting them. I don't think that has anything to be honest with you. I make the same argument. PlayStation 5 Pro isn't necessary, but it's here.
It wasn't, and that's the stopgap to keep going until 2028. I think this is going to be a long generation, like the PS3, Xbox 360.
That's interesting.
Was a long time. Who's going to buy anything new?
I would tell you that now, but here's the pro. We have it now. When we have people buying it,
it's not selling a shit ton. It's still scalpers lowered prices because you can buy them anywhere.
But that doesn't. That again, it's not going to stop them from making it.
Yeah, I really don't think we're going to see anything until 2028. That's the earliest I think we see any next gen consoles.
I think we're back. I think we're closer more to the iterative model than we are the traditional console model. I think the model of keeping something for 8 or 10 years is going away. I think we're just getting more iterative updates just to keep it fresh for no other reason, like just to keep it fresh and in front of people. Because if they're going to keep this backwards compatibility and stuff, you're running. We're already running into the issue where people in last gen don't want to they're going to want to keep trying to push people. And how do you do that? New offers, new products, new stuff.
fucking new games. The hell with the new stuff.
But I'm with you.
Get the
I think
new
the PS5
fucking
Pro
games.
is more than enough capable. You could hold on to that thing for 5 or 6 years and be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
It plays most games at 4K 60. What more do most people want? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's perfectly fine. And you could bring the price down. Fancy that. That would be a shocker. That thing could come down. Like, you get to the point where you're selling PS5 Pros at $399 or $3. That'd be amazing. That'd be great. But they're not going to do that. They'll just come up with something else to sell for more money.
I don't know. It feels like every 4 years we get some kind of new toy.
That's yeah.
Until we didn't.
I mean, they're still coming out with PS4 games all the time too. That's the other thing. It's not like that console is dead by a long shot. And so I think until you really, see the PS4 kind of finally, hit the old dusty trail, then maybe people will start to get more into the 5 or be ready to jump to maybe even a 6 and totally skip the 5.
That's why you have the hardware for people who wanted to buy something.
Yeah.
I mean, PlayStation already said they're working on the next generation. And they said don't expect it anytime soon.
There's the thing, right, where if you're not going to sell more units, then you have to make more money off the fewer units that you're selling, which means you're selling them to the people that are going to keep buying them, which is your diehards. You're going to keep selling them new stuff to buy. There's like a churn to this is where I'm going, where they're just going to keep offering new things because Delvin's going to keep buying the new thing. It doesn't matter how much better it is than the light. He's going to want the new thing.
Yeah.
He's going to keep buying the new thing.
But the question is, how many Delvins are there out there?
Enough that they keep making new things. like that's evident. It's enough that they keep making new things.
Yeah,
And the margin on the Pro has got to be enormous. So
I imagine so. Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, interesting article. One thing I didn't mention, I didn't write down. I posted in the Discord. I don't know if you guys checked Xbox chat. I guarantee you, if you were on social say you saw it. Phil looked rough in the photos that came out for this damn thing.
I would look rough too.
Looking like Joker, like Joaquin Phoenix or something. Like, looked weathered. Looked like he'd aged 5 years since the last time we saw him. I was like,
it's been a hard year.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Hard year
like,
for Xbox.
Whoa, I hope he's okay. One, like, that's first and foremost. Could be losing weight, right? Could be on the Ozempic or just hitting the gym or something. But even outside of, like, it looks like he has lost weight. So even outside of the weight loss, just looks rough, like weathered, like he hadn't had sun or anything. It's like, I don't know, maybe just a bad photo. I don't know, but it doesn't look great.
It's not flattering.
Yeah, like, didn't look great, you know?
It's not flattering at all.
Look like you've been smoking or something. It's like, whoa, what happened, man?
Xbox happened. That's what.
It looks like the character actor from Law and Order at the beginning of the episode that gets busted for something.
Fortnite news, as my alarm goes off. Fortnite is adding the original map back to the game permanently. So this map will be available in the game starting December 6th. You can explore the OG map, collect OG loot, relive OG seasons. Everything's going back to the original December 6th. The shit that blows my mind about this is that, like, my son, I haven't talked to him about this, but I'm sure he's like, God, like, just giddy over this, because he told me one time, like, this is his Fortnite. He didn't like all the new stuff. Like, he's nostalgic for Fortnite. That's how old I am, that there are kids that are nostalgic for how Fortnite used to be. And I was like, holy shit, does that make me feel old?
Yeah, they lean back in their chair and they're like, back in my day, we
had
OG
they're like,
maps.
Man, remember Fortnite was good? Like, holy shit.
Back in my day,
I didn't know that it changed.
Oh, it's changed.
I had no idea there were different maps.
Yeah. Like every year they have like a big event and like alters everything and they do all the things. So
I've played maybe 2 games of Fortnite. I had this is brand new information.
Headlines. Hundreds of Bethesda employees have walked out today. Apparently in a dispute or fighting for more quality assurance jobs with the union. Apparently trying to get rid of a lot of quality assurance folks. And then also remote work policies. Apparently they thought they had certain remote work policies that are being denied or canceled lately, and they're not digging it. So I have no idea.
If Phil looked how he looked dealing with this shit.
It might be. It was a lot of the headlines called it a strike, but it didn't seem like, none of the reporting that I saw, I clicked on like 4 or 5 internet sites. None of it seemed like it was an ongoing thing. It seemed like a day walkout, like we're gonna walk out today, but we'll come back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, we still got bills to pay.
Right. Like there was nobody that was like, they walked out until these things have changed, or like there was none of that anywhere.
Right.
So I think it was like more of like a demonstration. Last of Us Season 2 on HBO is targeting spring 2025 for release. So
cool.
If you want to watch the new season, it should be coming soon.
I can't wait till the conversation about that season happens. Ugh.
I'm not watching it, so it'll be conversation between
I can't wait to watch it. I don't care about the conversation, but I'm here for the show.
Yeah, and I don't know what's coming, so this will be a fun surprise for me because I've heard things that it's dark as hell, but that's about it.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
There you go.
You haven't played the game, huh?
I don't like the gameplay.
Of 2 or 1?
I played 1 and I didn't enjoy the gameplay. The stealth sections really kind of drove me batty, but I haven't given 2 a shot either.
I would try the beginning of 2. The gameplay is much improved.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
2, and I agree with Dev.
He really hates 2.
The gameplay is superb. It's great. When we reviewed it, I think I called it maybe the best stealth action game of all time. Like it's incredible.
Really? Okay.
Just hated what they did with my characters in the story.
Yeah, I
just
also
hated everything else about it.
Tulu 1 gameplay. I wasn't a big fan of Tulu 1 gameplay, but Tulu 2 gameplay.
It's
like,
way more. It's way more mature. It's super polished and refined. Like everything is better.
Yeah.
So, speaking of console sales, we have an Xmas special going on for PlayStation. If you want that digital PS5 Slim, until December 24th, you can get that thing for $380.
It's a good price.
That is a good price. They're throwing a discount at you right at the right time. That's real nice. You could buy that, get Astrobot or something. Fucking awesome. Good times. Right? What? Astrobot Game of the Year.
I know. It doesn't surprise me that that's your pick. For
what else are we going to talk about? What other thing? Concord?
Anything else?
Concord. Get Concord.
Even
guys.
Concord. Absolutely.
Wow.
Dragon Age.
You can get that anywhere. You can buy a console for that?
Yeah.
No, Astrobot is the one.
No,
get the controller, the whole thing.
For Astrobot. You don't do that.
Dying Light the Beast has over 1 million wish lists since it was announced.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah. People are back. I'm all back. That's one of my most anticipated games next year. This was a surprise. I pulled this one from Reddit. Extreme, which is the parent company of the developers for Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, Jorgami Games, increased its revenue outlook this year, citing that Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is selling way above expectations.
That's great.
Which is awesome. So good on you guys. I
haven't gotten my copy yet.
Coming to Xbox One and PS4.
Of course you have it.
One day it'll come in the mail.
Oh, you ordered from PlayAsia?
Yes.
I got mine like a month and a half ago. What are you talking about? You haven't got yours yet?
Nope.
Come on now.
I've had my copy of the
he's
game.
Not getting his anytime.
Oh,
soon.
damn.
My copy
Asia just took your money.
Or Clock Tower. Yeah, they just like
No, so limited runs doing Clock Tower. I bet we don't get Clock Tower until like fucking June.
Oh,
like limited run is terrible with this. You never get games until like a year later.
I got the 3 for $100 deal, and it was Clock Tower.
Oh, so you're PlayAsia. So maybe they're waiting for all 3 before they ship it to you then.
Probably.
That's probably it. Well, that's terrible then. You chose poorly.
Yeah.
Just buy a digital copy. It's like $20. I don't know what it is. It's got to be more than that.
He will. Don't worry.
I was trying not to buy a digital copy. Like this time, I'm gonna use restraint and just wait because I have stuff to play.
He's still playing Outlaws.
Why?
I get that.
Why?
Outlaws and Dragon Age to play for the next 4 years.
Let's be real, Delvin. No, you're not. You tried. You failed. You're gonna buy it. It's okay. It's all right.
I have
treat yourself.
See, Dev is just horrible.
Treat yourself.
Telling me just to waste money.
When you do get your PlayAsia game, mine came with a Juliet sticker, like this little anime girl sticker. Like that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, my lucky.
I can see Delvin going to the other place and forgetting the disc for Lollipop Chainsaw and then buying the digital copy. You just want to go back and get it.
I imagine that by the time my PlayAsia copy comes in, it will just be a digital copy of the box. It won't be a disc.
Here's your post-it note.
Like,
Forgot to put in the disc. Here's a digital copy.
My bad.
There's one sticker with the QR code and one sticker with the character.
Funny thing about Retro Realms is they promised a Steelbook, which I did get. But even though I bought a Switch copy, they sent everybody PlayStation Steelbooks. So I have a Steelbook for a disc that I didn't get a disc for. I just have a cartridge of the game and and here's a Steelbook. You can put any CD you want in here. Like, what the fuck? I was like, okay.
That's not how Steelbook's supposed to work.
Right. Like, you could at least put the plastic insert to hold the Switch game. It's just a disc that I have no disc for. It's weird.
Finally, my loose Linkin Park CD will have a home,
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
Man. I had so many loose CDs. Thank God for this.
Hot dog flavored water. Finally, we got it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They didn't get that white shit. It's funny. Spyro Trilogy dropped on Game Pass. It's a stealth announcement. So there was an announcement, I don't know, last week, the week before, we read off all the Game Pass games, and I was like, this is not like great. And then Xbox was like, but here's Spyro Trilogy.
There you go.
I don't know why they didn't put that in the original blog. I guess they thought the surprise would be better, but I love Spyro Trilogy. Great game. Great collection. That's the news, Dev.
All right. Moving into the Rude Day segment. Scoring update. Nobody got Horizon Lego right, as it was well under the 81.5 scenario. Oof. Donnie, when this was given, you were wondering if the Switch crowd might be harsher on this game, but right now the 71 is coming from PS5 reviewers, as there is no Nintendo score right now.
Dude, some folks were giving that shit like 2s and shit. Like, some people were big mad.
I did see it too. A 2 out of 5. I was like, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's just like a stupid hate thing.
Oh, well. Anyway.
It's Horizon. Yeah, no, this is par for the course for anything that has Horizon on the box. It's nothing but divisive. The whole Forever game is all just nothing but this. People are real mixed on the whole fucking franchise, man. It doesn't matter what form. Lego form, AAA form, VR form. It's all the same.
People really like, fuck these Legos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. I can't wait to play. Can't wait for it to show up.
Yep. So the score remains Donnie 48, Delvin 45, and Devin at 42. So our first true or false comes is, will there be a state of play showcase before the year's end? Right now, many insiders are thinking that there might be one to coincide with PlayStation's 30th anniversary this December. But as of now, friend of the show and insider Jeff Grubb has heard nothing of an event. So Donnie, true or false? We get a state of play before the end of the year.
False.
Yeah, false.
I think anytime they're going to show anything, it'll be at the Game Awards.
I agree. Delvin, what say you?
I also agree, false.
Sturts, anything to add there?
I mean, it's false. I want to say true just to be a contrarian, but I don't think anything's happening. Why would they scramble to put that together with the Game Awards out and end of year nonsense?
They just did the consoles. They have the 30th stuff, and they just did Yote and all that. Like, they're good.
Yeah, they already did the 30th anniversary thing. Why would you do a state of play?
Going on Christmas vacation, and they'll see us in 2025.
Exactly. I mean, also, what are you going to do? Show the same dozen or so games that you've already shown?
Exactly.
We
did this already.
Yeah.
Nonsense. People are just hoping. It's just hopium. I don't know why. It's just nonsense. Our other true or false is the Game Awards are fast approaching. Will GTA 6 have a new trailer at this event?
Oh, that's a good
Johnny,
one.
what say you?
That's an interesting one. Donnie says no, just by Rockstar standards, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. Maybe they've got some special sauce. He's got some connection, but the safe side, I think, is no. I don't think so.
Delvin?
You know what? This would be a fun one to take a chance on. I'm going to say yes.
Interesting.
It's a great way to start the marketing cycle. If they're positive, they're going to hit that date. It's a great way to start.
Yeah. They've already said they're not positive that they're going to hit that date.
Yeah.
So
it's also you could run into a situation where you're like, here it comes. Oh, never mind, and you don't want to do that.
But to be fair, it could just be a teaser trailer.
Remember how much money you got to pay Jeff Keighley to do that shit.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I mean, Rockstar definitely has the money.
I'm sure. But
I don't. Yeah, I'm going. No, I don't think this is happening. I don't think they're going to show anything yet.
So if this is true, then we're going to see a leaked version of the trailer before the Game Awards comes out.
100%.
And if it's false, I don't know. I could see him doing something.
Lots of rumors until it doesn't happen.
Right. I mean, I mean, what do they really have to show?
They don't have to show much, to be honest.
The main reason why I said no is that it's just not really Rockstar. They're very much, they can name their own time and place and drop any trailer they want anywhere they want, and it'll literally go everywhere within seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no benefit from doing that. Now, like if let's just say somebody's like they love the Game Awards and would throw them a bone, like I wouldn't rule it out. It's possible. It's just like a really nice like industry wide way of just being like, we're gonna start this. But Rockstar doesn't need it. They're like the Pokemon. They literally could do this shit. They could put a trailer at like gas station kiosks, and that shit would go viral within minutes. So absolutely, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, it's good to be the king, right? I mean, you're that massive. You're right. Just make your own day of it.
Good old GTA day. It's coming, but I don't think it'll be at the Game Awards.
Yeah, and also like you could make the opposite case is that it could severely overshadow and drown out all of the other announcements at the game. Like it would literally do that. Like people would not remember anything else that happened. It would just non-stop GTA talk for 3 days.
But if you can get GTA on the Game Awards, you get GTA.
Yeah, but I don't think
even if it's small.
All right, I'm gonna bow out because I got to go put a child to bed because my other half is out with the other child. So you guys can go ahead and take the news, and I will talk at y'all later.
All right, later, bud.
Well, there's no more news, so we're gonna get right to these questions then.
Yeah.
All right. Our first question from TPR: if you had to be handy because your life depended on it, what do you have the best shot of fixing in a pinch? Shit, I can fix a lot of things. So that's not like a thing that would be a problem for me. I'm pretty handy.
I mean, if I find a screw and I have a screwdriver, I know what to do. I'm not very handy, but
I can change oil. I can change alternators. I can like fix a lot of like random shit. So it's not like.
I was very happy when I replaced my own light bulbs in my car.
I'm not very handy at all, I would say, but also all the things you just read off, Delvin, like I can do those things. I don't necessarily think those are handy things.
That's kind of changing your those things are definitely handy.
That's just screwing things on and off. That's easy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to know which one.
If I'm thinking of like handy car wise, I'm thinking of like, can you drop a transmission or rebuild a carburetor? Like that's handy.
That is not handy.
I can't do that
shit.
A
mechanic.
Could I plug and screw on a radiator? Can I change a belt? Can I put on an alternator? Like, yeah, that's not that hard.
That's handy. That is handy.
Do you paint your own house or do your own plumbing?
That's handy.
Some plumbing I've done. I can't do a lot. Like I kind of. It's not that I can't do it. It's that like I refuse. Like I'm not crawling under the house to do plumbing. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, no.
Like I replace faucets, heads.
Sure.
I redid the vanity like in my bathroom. Like I replaced the whole cabinet and everything in my sink that I had.
All that stuff is handy.
Because my old one was like molded from where they had like a leak underneath it. So I could just pull the whole thing out and put a new one in.
That is all stuff people pay money to get fixed.
Yeah. When my parents were still out in the valley and I would go visit the house every once in a while, I would do refinishing of like furniture. And that was a lot of fun. Sand it down, put on a new coat,
Yeah.
So that I think that's about as handy as I get when it comes to using my hands.
I just can't build shit. Like I don't know anything about like measuring tapes and saws and wood and stuff. Like I'm not much for woodworking or anything like that.
My very first job that I got like a real paycheck from, not just getting paid under the table, was 2 weeks at a fence construction company.
Oh.
So I lasted 2 weeks. That shows. And I was 17. I was 17 or 18 at the time. So like I was young buck, you know, and going up and down those hills in Chatsworth and lugging 15-pound bags of cement and trying to dig posts and, you know, clip on hog noses and all that other crap. Like, man, I was blistered and bloodied and done in 2 weeks. I was over it. I was over all of it. But it was a good life experience.
My uncle's a plumber, and I worked with him for like 4 summers in school. So I know what water lines are and septic tanks and stuff like. So plumbing, I actually feel maybe most comfortable with.
Yeah.
But it would be like electrical. Like I can change like switches and fixtures, but I'm not like about to touch the fuse box in any manner. You know? Yeah, I'm not fucking with anything like that. I'm not crawling under my crawl space anymore. I'm not crawling in my attic anymore either. If there's something up there, I'm fucking calling somebody else to do it because I'm not getting up there.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot as Hades up there. I'm not doing it.
One of the benefits of renting an apartment is you just call the guy and you're like, hey,
yeah,
this is broken.
I wish. So that stuff adds up quick, man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But knowing how to fix that stuff is very good, very cheap, affordable, and very handy. Like, you know, I'm very good at like changing like electrical outlets. So anytime when the electrical outlets go bad, I cut off the breaker, take the outlet out, put a new one in. Less than 2-3 minutes.
Sure.
Save a lot of money because you're gonna pay a handyman like maybe $100 in some cases.
Yeah, maybe $100 to do a receptacle, like a switch. That's not hard either. That's easy.
Yeah, it's not hard. You can literally buy a receptacle for like $1.
Yeah,
and change it yourself. So yeah, those are things you should know how to do.
Well, YouTube is amazing. Like I'm not handy on my car at all, but I look up stuff and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can fix this. I can replace the small stuff here and there.
That's
you know,
the engine itself. If you're not getting into the engine, everything else just kind of bolts onto it. So it's literally like you just bolt off, new part, bolt on. You know, it's really not that hard. That stuff's pretty easy. It's the stuff that you have to adjust that's hard. You know.
Yeah, that's cool, Sean. He was able to change his alternator thanks to YouTube. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, alternators, that's bolt on. Like you literally move the belt, bolt it off, put a new thing on, put the belt back on.
It's like I always laugh when the oil change place is like, hey, like I'll replace your air filter for you. I'm like, I can pop that open and put in a new air filter. I don't need you. Like
it does depend on the car. Some alternators may be underneath on the side like that. There are some bitch alternators.
Very hard to get out because of the space. Not because it's actually like taking it off, but it's just the space and getting like the screw in the thing in it.
Like my Roadrunner, for example, is old school. And if you've never been under the engine of an old school car, there's a shit ton of room. Like it makes you miss, like you look at new cars, you're like, what the hell are we doing? Because like there's like I can put a ratchet right on my new alternator and take it out. I've got tons of room. I can wave my hand in there back and forth. But then you get into like a new car and they've got like the cover on top of the manifold and all the wires to all the things.
No space.
Like, oh my God. This is a nightmare.
No space at all. It's not.
I mean, I know it's a silly fix, but I totally hear that because the light bulb that I replaced on the battery side for my 06 Toyota Corolla, like I couldn't really get my hand wedged in there and try to push it in and get it solid connection into the socket. And I was like, just like, I was like, almost, I need a little child. Where's the child? Please. Hey, little kid, put your wrist in here.
Whoa. I was looking at buying a car one time. I think it was a Dodge Caliber. It may be a different model. It was like one of those offshoots before like the Challenger thing kind of came out that they had. And I literally didn't buy it because to change the battery, you have to take the front wheel off.
Nope.
What?
Like when I found, like I was going to buy it, like had the money and everything and was going to buy it and was looking it up on YouTube. And the guy was like, if you ever buy one of these cars, just know that when you have to change the battery, you have to take the wheel off because the battery is in the wheel well behind the pin. Like you have to take the wheel off and then get like the pins to pop out the undercarriage, like the plastic covering, because that's where they put the battery.
That's terrible.
Like you can't take it out from the top. You have to go in through the bottom.
I've never heard of anything.
And it made me,
that.
I was like, I'm never buying this car. like fuck.
That's terrible design.
Yeah. And there are cars like that. Like my daughter's car, for example. It's a Ford Mercury Sable, like standard grandma car. Cigarette car is what me and my daughter call it.
Yeah.
Because back in the day where everybody had like long cigarette cars. The car is very easy to work on. It's got a lot of stuff pretty standard, except one thing. And it's the water pump. And the reason the water pump's a bitch is you have to take the top of the engine off and the entire timing cover. Which means the timing belt's got to come off, the timing chain's got to come, like it's all got to come off before you can take off the water pump. Yeah, it's literally $1,000 in just labor before you get to the water pump to take it off, put it back on again.
No. Boy.
Yeah.
I want to do it. That is something that I want to, like, if I've never changed that, this will be the first and last water pump I buy for this car.
Well, that is the benefit of that car, is that the water pumps generally last 100,000 miles. So most people only ever have to do it once. Like you do it once and that's kind of it. But it's a bitch to do it. And while you're doing it, because you've got everything off, you might as well replace, like it's in your best and just put everything back on new. Like everything you can, or like just replace all these parts. So like a water pump for a lot of people might be $400 or $500. Do it yourself for a couple $100. And a water pump for her car, fuck, $2,000. Like just so
yeah, I mean that kind of stuff happens. I have a 2006 car and I had to put a lot of work in it for a couple of years just to get it back up to snuff. You know, to me it's worth it though. Like and because it's a manual transmission, the guy was like, "You're lucky I was able to find a clutch and do some of these parts, man. This stuff is becoming scarce." Wow. And I was like, really? I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. Like I was a little nervous, you know, not get the right one, or if they had the supply, or if they were going to jack up the price or something.
Cheaper
and I was
parts.
like, crazy. It's like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
It should be good for a while now, anyway. But it is just like something that's like a dying part of cars, is like just the traditional manual transmission 5-speed.
Sure.
You know,
I'd same way the carburetor. Find somebody who knows how to adjust a carburetor on the fly. Mechanics these days, they only know what the iPad tells them when they plug it into the car.
Sure. Yeah.
Plug it in and the iPad tells them what to do. You actually take something like, it's not running right, it's not firing. Can you tell me what it is? They're like,
Right.
No.
Right.
All right. Our next question from TPR is, this is a Donnie ass question. How far do you see the Cavs going by season end?
If they're healthy and everything goes well, I think it's possible they make the Eastern Conference Finals, probably the second round.
I was thinking the same thing. East Conference.
Yeah, I still wouldn't put them up there. I would not take them in a 7-game series against most of the elite teams. I'm surprised that the Knicks look as gettable as they do so far. They've depleted their bench, and Cat is not looking great, like at all, and that has surprised me. So like maybe at the moment, and it's like a spur of the moment because we're only like 12 games in. So like there's a lot that could still change, but at the moment, maybe I would slot them ahead of the Knicks, but probably still, I wouldn't take them in a 7-game series against definitely not Boston, but then you wonder like, how do they stack up against the Bulls, Indiana?
I think they do good against most teams.
The Knicks.
Probably Boston would be the one that would be the problem.
If they're healthy. Milwaukee.
If they're healthy.
Milwaukee's been terrible, but like you still like Milwaukee's been terrible, but if they were the 8th seed and we were playing them, like you'd be worried. They've got Dame and Giannis on the other side. Like, you know, like there are NBA fans that look at those records and think they mean something. Then there's NBA fans that have seen this for a long time and they realize those seeds in the playoffs don't mean shit. When you get a 7-game series, it's us versus them.
The Heat are a prime example of that.
Yeah, 100%.
They are well known for underachieving during the season. All of a sudden, in the playoffs, they're a different team. Oh, Donnie left.
That's how good the Cavs are.
Good, he left.
Oh,
yep.
Whoa.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not seeing any down internet signals, but we're definitely having some. I've been getting most, it seems like, internet signal from you, Delvin. But
I don't know. My upload speed is usually crap anyway. I got good download speed, but my upload speed is just a challenge.
Oh, well.
All right, our third question from TPR. Lara Croft versus Indy versus Nathan Drake. Who is coming out alive?
Laura Croft.
Yeah, 100% Croft.
I can tell you one person. It's not Indy.
No.
Indy has old ass. I love Indy, but he has old ass weapons and fighting from the the early 1900s. Laura Croft and Nathan Drake has modern weapons. So that's automatically gonna be a problem.
Laura's going to seduce both men into a false sense of security and then put 2 magnum bullets in the back of each head. Like
I just think she's fucking tough as nails.
She's tough as nails too, but I'm thinking like, classic, like, ooh, look at me, boys. How you doing?
Nathan gets like a scrape and stuff here and there, but he's never like actually like super hurt.
I think the thing about Indiana Jones
and shot and all kinds of shit.
The thing about Indiana Jones,
yeah,
and Nathan Drake
yeah,
they both have a lot of luck on their side. A lot of the things happen with them with luck. Like they get very lucky a lot. That's their superpower. Laura Croft is just tough as shit. Yeah. She gets beat up. She gets banged up. She's a survivor. That's the biggest difference. I think in a survival situation, she's probably going to win.
Yeah. She's going to do like the whole Predator thing, come out of the mud with the bow or an arrow or whatever. And just you will never see her coming.
They're making jokes, stuff like, we're best friends. I had to like end.
Yeah.
She's gonna shoot them both in the neck with a bow and arrow that she's made out of fucking some animal carcass.
The bones of her enemies. Yeah, I mean, and she has that climbing tool. That thing's vicious, like for melee.
The pike thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sean Capri's right. He said that's literally Nathan Drake health meter. It's luck.
Right.
I don't know if people know that, but yeah, the more you get shot, that's basically saying his luck is running out. So, yeah, his luck will run out with Laura Croft. She doesn't play that shit.
That should be the next subtitle of the game, like Tomb Raider. She doesn't play that shit.
I like it. That's what it should be.
Full Stallone.
Yeah,
we just go 80s action hero with Laura Croft.
Yeah. I have it typed, Donnie, and it's 80s, 90s action quips.
Yeah.
The battle is over, but the war has just begun.
Our next question is from Free to Play Joe. He asked, now that it's out there, what do you think of the PS5 Pro? Worth the upgrade?
I had to beg him for a fucking question.
Free to Play Joe, I think the best answer to this is we did an episode of PSXP on this topic, and Haley does a fantastic job of breaking that down to the intricate details of it. I would highly recommend checking out that episode. But in short, I'd say I think it's worth the upgrade. If you're not like a PC guy.
Because otherwise, just get a PC.
Yeah, otherwise just buy a PC.
Look, I don't know if it's worth the upgrade is for the person buying it to determine. It's not something we can tell people it's worth the upgrade.
Correct.
If you're asking me like in a vacuum compared to the other model, I'd say no. But guess what? Lots of things get upgrades. I upgraded to the OLED and upgraded to the 1X and all kinds of stuff. So why not? People upgrade their phones.
It was worth it for Haley and Delvin. It wasn't worth it for me. I slap that semi-pro sticker on there and call it a day.
Yeah.
Let's just get you like a knife and just cut some more slots in your plates, and you're like, there it is.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm going to take a knife to my PS5. That's the greatest idea ever.
The PS5 Pro is a lot lighter than the regular PS5. It's like, this is way lighter, which is kind of like impressive. Like, why is this one so fucking heavy and this one's not heavy at all?
Because they've got 3 times more heat sink in that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, they did a good job. That shit feels like.
Yeah, my son all the copper out and put a bigger fan in it.
My son says the Pro looks cheap,
which makes it cheaper to make.
Yeah, it looks cheap. He says it looks.
You think
cheap.
It looks cheap? Like what? Why does it look like the fins? Is it the fins?
He says the fins in the top part, with the shiny part of the base, like you said, makes it look cheap.
I'm not a fan of the fins. I haven't been since we saw it. I was like, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
If they had went like full Adidas and they just had like the plates that had like stripes in it, I was like, maybe that's something. But the fins, I'm not digging the fins.
Yeah. I don't think he is either. All right. Yarden asked an interesting question. Who's your man crush? Could it be a celebrity, fictional character, or even someone you know personally. I will absolutely not tell anyone who's my man crush if I knew them personally. And before you guys make this weird, here's the definition. Man crush, an intense and typically non-sexual liking or admiration felt by one man for another. You don't judge me. I can have a sexual liking towards a man if I want to. You don't not the boss of me. He says, have a good show. Just like, let me define this for me, for you guys get weird and start being all gay and shit.
He knows you. Yeah, he's like, I know where this is going.
I mean, I was immediately thinking of like who are the hunks, right?
If Devin had read this question, Devin would have been like, "Whoa, whoa!"
I've had my answer like as soon as I saw this question come up. It's Idris Elba, 100%.
Okay. Sure.
Good looking, smart, funny, fucking DJ. That dude's awesome.
Henry Cavill shares my birthday, and that's a good one for me.
That's a good one.
Trying to think. I'm sure there's others.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Chris's, Evans, and Hemsworth variety. Sure.
That's a good one.
Why not? Especially Chris Hemsworth. Oh my God. If I woke up like that tomorrow, I would not be mad at it. I don't want to do any of the work. but Chris Pine, sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know.
Cool.
Keanu Reeves.
That's a good one. That's a really good
sure.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Vince Vaughn.
That's also a good one.
Okay, sure.
I've always watched Vince Vaughn, but I'm sure it's just acting on it. But you see him in his demeanor.
He seems cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we'd be pals. Like we could fucking have a beer and chat.
I really liked him in Old School.
I had a beer and chatted with Woody Harrelson once.
Nice.
That is cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Yeah, he was down to earth guy.
Who's another good one? I'm trying to think of some other man crushes I'd probably have.
Bob from Bob's Burgers.
That's a good fictional character.
I think me and Bob would be friends.
I think I would be friends with probably comic book guy and Otto in The Simpsons.
I like that. I'm trying to think of fictional characters I'd be friends with. Now that's. I'd probably be cool with Grandpa from the Boondocks and Riley and Huey.
Hell yeah.
I could see myself hanging out with them.
Yeah. I could see you getting along with Grandpa and kind of talking shit to the kids.
Yes.
It's like you kids don't know what music. You kids don't know what music is. And it's like, yes, goddamn right. Yeah. That's so bad. It's like, I'm so glad you didn't say Uncle Ruckus, because then I'd be really worried.
Absolutely not. I would not. Me and him would not get along at all. Not even a little bit. All right. Our next question from WFOD Podcast. He asked, "There's a Waluigi and a Wario. Why no Why Peach? Like a mean bitch princess."
It was Bowsette.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Nintendo shunned her, but we all had our Bowsette summer, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I like
Bowsette.
Yeah, you talk about some women crushes.
Hell yeah! Right now we're talking. Bowsette, right down my. All right. So I was making fun of. I made a joke with my wife that I actually thought was pretty profound, and I'll run this by you guys and let me know.
Okay.
So I'm all into the goth girl shit. Always have been. Right?
Yes.
Like Rhea Ripley and all that stuff. And I watch TikTok
They're
and
great.
I was watching these goth, women and all these girls. And it's just complete, just whoring for clicks. I'm just like,
sure.
Yep,
yeah.
She's hot. I'm watching it because I like it. She's hot.
Yeah.
And there was some TikTok about guys and goth girls. And, there usually are. They're funny little quips and stuff about how they all go for goth girls. And I'm always showing them to my wife all the time. And I'm wishing she would ever put a choker on. It's not her. She's never going to do that. It's she's the opposite of that. She's blonde princess. But they got me thinking, and I think it was just, this is the state of the high that I've been in since for a while. I was definitely high and I was watching and I was like, what's fucking You know what gets me? I was like, here I am always chasing the goth girl. I was like, I'm your goth girl. Like, I was like, I'm the goth girl. Like, I'm your goth girl.
You took a look in the mirror and you're like,
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I'm the alternative one doing all this shit all against like your entire family. Like, I'm the goth girl.
Like she shops at like I don't know, Abercrombie and Finch. You would go to Hot Topic. You know?
Yeah, it's like this goth girls like, why does goth girls always have like golden retriever boyfriends and shit? I'm looking at her and I'm like, motherfucker, you're golden retriever girlfriend. You're the same damn thing. I have a lot more in common with these girls than I thought.
Yeah,
I remember
people.
I had a hugest crush on the actress who played Wednesday in those '90s Addams Family
100%.
movies.
That was that Christina Ricci?
That's in the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remember like feeling like it was like, huh. I'm kind of liking how she's burning down that summer camp.
Best scene ever.
She's lighting off flame in my heart.
Yep.
Also, Wa Peach sounds like a Cardi B song.
It does.
Ooh. Yeah.
Be a pretty good one. At least the video will be really good.
Man.
Speaking of warming my heart.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing. They really should have capitalized on that.
They should have. They fucked up.
Big time.
What can we do?
I'm going to go stare at Bowsette pictures for a moment.
Good idea.
You know what you should do is do AI generated art with goth browser.
Donnie can literally just skip this next question. Ken Turner wants to know, what do we think of Transformers Eternal War, a Gen 1 Transformers RPG coming to mobile in 2025? I was all aboard until I saw mobile in 2025. Then I said, fuck that.
What? You're a Transformers guy. What are you talking about?
I love Transformers. I'm not playing on mobile. They're not going to be charging me $800 for fucking Megatron.
It's some RPG game. There's a trailer.
Looks great.
I watched the trailer because our viewer asked us about it. There's zero gameplay in the trailer, so I have zero opinion on the game.
That means when it comes out, the trailer's gonna be amazing, but the gameplay is gonna be shit. And as soon as you start playing, your character dies. You want to continue playing? Give us $5 more. You want Bumblebee? Give us $10. No, fuck that. I don't want to do that.
You want to level up? Give me a nickel.
Costumes on Amazon.
Oh, you should get one for your wife.
I wish she put it on. She's not. Like I'm telling you, she's golden. She's not that. Like she's not gonna do that. Like I'm constantly trying to get her to do shit like that. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that 80s cartoon switcheroo where the intro has like the banging song and the amazing animation. And then the actual episode starts and it's just a bunch of moving like lip flaps, with a couple canned action scenes.
I just thought about
I'm not too thrilled because it's mobile, Ken. That's the only reason. I mean,
I wasn't too thrilled because it's Transformers.
I love Transformers.
I like Transformers. They're more than meets the eye, Donnie.
Goddamn right. I just thought of another man crush. Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
That's okay.
What?
There you go. Frylock.
Frylock is awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. He's just surrounded by idiots too. Like he's just like
yes.
Brock Sampson.
That's a good one. Brock Sampson.
100% Brock Sampson. Yeah. Shit, even to a lesser extent, Shore Leaf, because I just think he'd be fun. Yeah. Anyway.
Michael Jai White.
He's still on. He's really trying to get all these names out.
Goddamn.
He really wants you to know all these dudes. Like,
wants you to know all the men I have crushes on.
Yeah, like,
that's right.
Over it, Delvin. Next question. Like
he's still thinking about it. The wheels are turning.
Really
I'm still thinking about more men, Donnie.
Yeah.
I'm looking
he's like, that Frederick Douglass fellow was pretty handsome back in his day.
Yeah. That guy from Lean on Me, Morgan Freeman, not a bad looking guy. We got one more question from Drew. He asked, Phil Spencer says there's no red lines when it comes to other games on other platforms. Why aren't they already putting Forza or Halo Infinite or other systems then? Do you think more things are coming soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we do. And I think both of those things will be on other consoles soon.
I think Infinite's done. I think they've moved on from Infinite. They're moving on to the next thing. But Forza, I could see Forza.
I'll just repeat the same thing I said before. You just remaster all those Halo games and release them one at a time or in a bundle. Yeah. And also, I think you would want to make it a big event. Hey, we're going to get a lot of press. We're going to get a lot of attention because we're dropping these legacy franchises onto a new platform. Make it big. Have the marketing lined up and make sure you actually have something that you can put on those other consoles.
I do think it'd be really interesting seeing Forza and Gran Turismo on the same console.
Yeah.
I would do Horizon. Not the other one. Do Forza Horizon 5.
Because I feel like if Forza is on PlayStation, people are probably leaning towards Forza. Because go ahead. Because GTA Gran Turismo takes so fucking long to come out. It seems like they're 5 years from now, here's a GTA.
Well, Motorsport really struggled, so I don't know if Motorsport would be the one to do it with. And Horizon's different, right? Horizon's like the crew.
Yeah.
So I would think that would be more beneficial to them.
Yeah, that would probably fare more better on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And not affect Gran Turismo as much because
I think it just has more appeal to more people than Motorsport does.
Gran Turismo's like a nerd game.
But like I said, I think
like a straight Motorhead game.
One.
Hellblade would be great. That's the one to go for.
I think Hellblade will jump soon.
Hellblade would be great. I think a Gears collection is coming eventually. Flight Sim.
I don't think a Gears collection is coming.
I think it's coming soon. I don't know if it's coming. I hope next year. Or maybe a Gears remaster, maybe.
I mean, I could see it, but E-Day is like the prequel, right? It's like a reboot. And if you're doing you're gonna do a Phoenix collection, part of me was to say if you're gonna do that, do it after E-Day. Do it after that, not before it. Right?
That's a good point.
And then the other parts mean why do a collection then? Just do them all, because they've already remastered one.
Yeah.
Right, so you're remastering 2 and 3. I don't know. You could see it all. There's just a lot there. There's a lot to chew through there. Do they want to remaster them all? If you're going to do it, do you want to do it one at a time? How much are you going to do the remaster? The question is, what comes after E-Day? Because if nothing comes after E-Day, then sure, do remaster the Phoenix collection. That's great. But if you want to keep going after E-Day, then don't. Why do that? Just keep doing your whole thing. There's a lot of time between E-Day and Gears 1. So you could just sit in that space for a while.
That'd be cool too.
If you're going to return to Kate and go multi-platform, then you got to get 4 and 5 over there at some point. Right? So you could port those. You could just port Gears 5 to PlayStation and see how it does. I don't know. There's a lot of things that they could do, and it's a lot of work. A remaster isn't some easy thing you just do. It takes a lot of work, especially if you're going to do to a new platform. So, I don't know.
Such a great series.
Well, and what you don't want to do is release a remaster on a new platform and have it suck. It's just not playable.
Especially if you're wanting to release a new game on a new platform.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to start off with a poor showing, or else you're going to get a reputation that is just.
They remastered Gears 1 for Xbox One. There's the Gears Definitive Edition. So I guess they could do E-Day. We still don't even know if they're going to come to PlayStation. I'm working on the assumption that eventually they will. So let's say they do E-Day, and it comes on Xbox, then it comes to PlayStation and PC. You could touch up Gears Definitive Edition, spruce it up, remaster it, and then bring that to the other platforms. Now you have E-Day and Gears 1, and then you say we're remaking Gears 2 and 3 as like a Phoenix, like a double pack, or individual releases. Either way, you could do that. I think that maybe makes more sense to do something like that than just try to package them all up, unless you literally are just going to grab the old games, just spruce them up a little bit, and just release the old games on PlayStation. Like, that's a collection. Like, I don't think you remake the games and make it a collection. I think those are separate releases. Now, if you just want the 360 games, like here's Gears 2 on 360, we're going to put on PS5, you could do that in a collection, but I don't think they would do that. I don't think anybody would want that.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're gonna do it, go all out with it. Gears is that good of a franchise.
Yeah,
you're making an event.
So I think Hellblade. I can see Flight Sim, Indiana Jones, of course, South of Midnight.
You know, when you said Flight Sim, I immediately thought of Flight Sim in VR. Like, oh, that could actually work.
Sure, absolutely,
that could work.
Yeah,
we have Flight Sim now, PSVR 2 compatible. Yeah, that could work.
That would be crazy to see them do that, but you're right, it could do it.
Yeah, that makes a lot.
And I'm sure they've got other exclusives that haven't made the jump yet that aren't like Halo and Gears and Forza. I'm sure they've got a bunch, but yeah, I would look at the smaller ones. I think South of Midnight, probably timed exclusive. I think Hellblade 2 jumps. Yeah. Those make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
And I look forward to people liking Hellblade 2 again. Because that'll be the funny part. When it comes to PlayStation, everybody talks about how great it is. After everybody talked about how shitty it was. I'm telling you, mark it down. I told you when it happened to mark it down. So I'm just keep that going. Mark it down. Yeah. It'll come to PlayStation. Everybody talk about what an amazing game it is. Watch.
Oh, I believe it.
100%. Like we know that's happening, right? Like 100% that's gonna happen. Yeah. People are like, on the Pro, it's so amazing. Like, I guarantee it.
It was amazing on the Xbox as well. Y'all just didn't care.
Well, it'd be even better because of, like, let's say it's 60 on the Pro, but it's 30 on the X. That'll be a whole other console war thing. You know. Hellblade 2.
That's just so wild that would. People are stupid.
But you know it. Like, you can write it. You can script it. Like, it writes itself. You know what's going to happen. Digital Foundry is going to pull up their video and be like, on the X, it did it. Now it's doing this. And everybody's going to clip that moment and tweet and thread and Blue Sky about it and, like, Reddit about it. Yeah, that's what we do. So that's definitely going to happen. But what I'm interested in is, like, reviewer reception, like critical reception. I'm very interested to see if it changes if and when it comes to PlayStation.
They're all saying how it's a nice, tight story that doesn't drag on for too long.
Yeah.
Hold down about it.
Oh, yeah. Watch them release a physical. That would be the slap in the face.
That would be...
But watch them do it.
That would be something.
Watch them do it. You know why? Because they'll sell. That's the reason they didn't have digital or the physical on Xbox, because Xbox players aren't buying a lot of physical games. You know, like their base, they've talked about their base is like super digital leaning, like the most of any platform. Yeah. Most people are doing digital stuff. So they didn't think they would sell enough copies to really warrant printing them. PlayStation would be different. They print some PlayStation copies and people buy some copies.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's such a weird place they're in, man. It's like, just, man, like it's such a weird fucking spot to try and exist in.
So like, awkward.
It's very awkward. That's a great word of putting it. Xbox is just like this weird, awkward place. You know, like the weird dude at the party. Like, who's that guy? Like, why is he here?
Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay?
I didn't invite him. Did you invite him? Who invited him? I don't know. Hey, what's going on? You know.
I was like, so anyway, honey, I think we got to get going, right? You know. See you later, right. Xbox.
You're cool, right? Like, no, you're doing great. Yeah, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
All right, I think that'll do it for us, I guess.
Avowed.
Oh, that's definitely.
I knew there was another one. It was sticking with me. I kept thinking, I was like, there's something else out there that I don't remember, but it's Avowed.
Yeah.
And I think that'll come over. And the shit you guys, you know what you should be asking for? You should be yelling about? GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
Nobody's
that could be
asking
fun.
about GoldenEye, but
Sure.
like Switch and Xbox, we got GoldenEye. We can play GoldenEye whenever we want.
I wonder if GoldenEye would sell well on the PlayStation.
I mean, as good as any retro game would, I guess. You
Yeah.
wouldn't have to stream it.
I mean, as long as they don't shit the bed like
play it.
So they don't shit the bed like they did with that Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront.
I mean, it's funny because it's like they got. Well, I mean, obviously it's probably Nintendo because I think they have to cross-publish. But I mean, it's like they've cross-published the Quake remasters, the Doom remasters, Wolfenstein, and then Call of Duty's everywhere. It's like all their shooters are everywhere except for this one. You know, it's a retro title, but like I would imagine the 007 would sell some copies on PlayStation.
I think it would sell some copies. Yeah,
sell a couple 100,000 copies, right? There's 65 million people that got the consoles. Sell 500,000 copies of double.
Would they update the controllers for the dual analog? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's completely updated. Is it 4K? I think it's 4K.
Okay.
I think
they updated the whole thing. It's modern. It's still retro, right?
Okay.
It's like a modern. It's like emulation.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know they upgraded it that
except on Switch.
Well.
On Switch, they have some goofy ass control scheme. You have to remap the controls because they didn't do it right. Like they tried to like make it like the N64 controller, where you got to use like the face buttons. And, it's a complete fuck up.
That's a mistake. Yeah,
I was laughing when it happened, but yeah, you can fix it. You can go in. I think they have like the sticks are reversed, like the right stick. Like moves instead of the left stick aims or like so. Yeah, I think something like that. I played it on Switch for all of 4 minutes. I was like, absolutely not.
I mean,
not unless you have a real N64 controller. It's like I'll play it like this then.
They did do a pretty good job with the Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 3DS for that.
Oh, yeah, those are great. But on Xbox, the game is everything you could hope for.
Sure.
Like what you want out of like resistance ports or whatever. Like they did that with GoldenEye. It's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. I think that'll do it for us. Yeah, that's it. I got to get long one day. Almost 3 hours.
That was longer than I was expected to be here.
Yeah.
So you're lucky. I like Snurts enough to stick around. Not you.
There you go.
Not you. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Peace.
Laters.
Nobody sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.